streaming now.
We're
streaming now, Michael.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I just messed up a URL really badly.
How did you do that?
It's just got capital HTTP at the start.
That's not messing it up that bad. What are you talking about? That's barely anything.
Well, it doesn't link.
Well, I mean,
there we go.
I guess if the URL doesn't work, that is kind of messing it up.
Monday.
That's
what we think it is.
I don't care. It is Monday.
I know.
What do you mean that's what we think it is?
That's what we think it is.
It is Monday.
Well, you can think something to be true.
I do think it to be true. It's just you said it in such an incredulous way, like it wasn't true.
Well, it might not be, but that's what we think.
It's true. What do you mean it might not be? Hey! Hi, everyone. Pikachu, Onster, Alex, Nico.
Computer's not fixed, just so you know.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys could tell. The computer's not fixed. It turns out it wasn't a space problem at all. And for those who don't know, the reason that the stream looks like this is because Mike's computer exploded like over a week ago.
Yeah.
And he spent the weekend trying to fix it.
Well, I got the enclosure and I made sure that my hard disk, my hard drive still works and you can read data off it. So that's all good. Mm-hmm. And then I tried to boot from it and it just wouldn't. So then I looked into trying to get like, Kaz said stuff about an MBR and I was like, cool. And then I tried to like repair it through a USB drive and that didn't work. So I've ordered a better USB drive that has a faster read speed, hoping that the computer can do more with it. But then it was in my Amazon basket and I forgot to hit order. So I thought it was coming yesterday, but I didn't actually order it. So now it's coming today.
Right. But Mike thought that the issue was that it couldn't boot because it didn't have enough room to, because the drive was too full, the boot drive.
Yeah.
So he used a different boot drive over the weekend and it still didn't fix it.
It's not working.
So we have found a specialist in our area to help us fix it, but they're not available till Wednesday.
They're coming on Wednesday and I'm going to hopefully try and fix it.
So that's
before Wednesday.
That's where we're at. That's a sitch. That's a sitch for everybody. What happened to it? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It was fine. It was fine one day, and then the next day it was like, no, I'm not turning on, bud. Not for anything.
I shouldn't have shut it down. I remember distinctly that evening being like, I should shut my computer down and give it a little rest. And part of my brain was like, no.
Oh no, I mean, this would have been a problem either way.
Yeah.
Like, either way, there's obviously something really weird up with it. So.
You don't have to boot up if you never shut down.
I mean, it's true. It's true. That's the artist mentality, right? If I don't go to sleep, it's not the next day yet.
So we're here. Hello.
Yeah, so here we are on my computer. I have nothing on this computer in terms of a stream setup. So, you know, we've just kind of done the best we can. We've put a background up for you. Cute little doodles of us drawn by David. And we wanted to keep streaming anyway.
We just want to show how well you can succeed at Twitch when you have nothing but the power of optimism,
what,
charisma,
me specifically?
And charm.
Oh, what are you talking about? Do you mean
I don't
me specifically, or do you mean that's how you feel?
That's us. Look, you just have to put out a silly doodle. You have to be here on microphones chatting.
I do miss our old setup.
If you put the webcam up for the cats, you can just go into just chatting category. Well, Swifty's going to animate a little bit as well.
Just catting, says Onster. Just catting.
Just catting.
Yeah, I'm going to animate.
Our room isn't near enough nice enough to do that.
I've got my animation all up. I'm all ready to go. Yeah. A hype train is close. It's a good job we lowered the requirements on that hype train.
Also, if you were here on Friday, you'd have seen that we set up a Ko-fi goal for putting money towards getting a new dedicated stream PC, because we want to be able to just be like, that's the thing that holds all the dark secrets. And I went to sleep, or we went to sleep, but I went to sleep because I woke up.
I also went to sleep.
And the next day, the goal had been hit. And I was like, what?
That is amazing. It's amazing. And now you think you know which stream PC you want, right?
Yeah. So thank you. What if you got one giant monster PC?
To do everything. That's kind of what Mike's PC was meant to be. You know, the one that exploded. It was kind of meant to be a really good monster PC that could do everything.
It doesn't do everything.
Los Haggis, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. That's very kind of you.
How much was the new PC, the PC that isn't working yet? Because it's still
the one
good.
Which exploded.
It's not exploded. It just won't boot. Okay.
How much was it?
Oh, it was like 4,000.
Cool. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it, and it'll be fine. How long have you had it?
Like 2 or 3 or 4 years. I can't remember. It's still good.
It's still good, is it? It's just not turning on.
Yeah, it's still good.
But it's still good. Do you know what GPU it has? Doig probably knows.
I think it was a 3070.
Thank you, Napping Terracotta, for the subby.
I want to get a better GPU and stuff.
Hey, Blind Cricket, what's up? How's it going?
The new stream PC is probably going to have a better GPU.
Is it? Does it need it? I mean, yeah. I'm trusting you, so it's fine. You know more about how to do computer stuff than I do, so I'm just going to trust you. Good morning, Go on a Train. Thank you so much for the subby.
37 is still good, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, In-Game Asylum was like the new GPU cards are the ones that are able to do AV1 encoding, which would really benefit us if we were able to use that, because we have a dog shit internet connection. So if we can reduce the amount that we are uploading, we'll have a better quality stream if we're encoding it ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Answer says I can send you the ones I was looking at and considering if you want. You could, but we're looking specifically for something which is good for streaming, not necessarily good for like playing games or doing anything else on.
Look, Nico said the same thing I did just now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, there you go. Blind Cricket says, how's the battle against machines going? Not great. The machines are winning currently. We have someone coming on Wednesday to take a look at Mike's PC, but they couldn't come any sooner. Do we have an internet connection? I mean, that's probably how we're streaming, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you got an ultra powerful one.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is good. That's good because, like you said, you want it to do everything, right? You want to be able to play games, do art from it, and then also stream from it, which is what Mike's was meant to be.
Nice.
But now we're thinking we're just going to get one which is just for streaming, and then Doig's PC can be used for all the gaming and the art and stuff.
You got a 4090 and a 14900. Yeah, that's awesome. We might look into getting some of those soon. Well, not soon, but we will look into getting stuff like that.
Are we?
Sometime.
Are we?
Maybe not you, because you seem happy with your PC.
I mean, it seems to do the things
that
it's meant to do. So, you know, that's good enough for me. Maybe Thor can help with dual setup too. That's what he also does. Oh, maybe, yeah. Anyone who has any advice about having a setup where you have a dedicated stream PC and then you're sending other PC stuff to it, feel free to give us any advice you think we might need.
Yeah.
Oh, Space Chewy, thank you so much for the tier 1 subby. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Penguin Rascal says, same here, I'm getting my first PC after trying to render videos on my laptop and failing. Yeah, it still blows my mind that Onster was streaming from a laptop
this whole time.
And doing everything on it as well.
Yeah.
For like the past 3 years or however long. Like, that's wild to me. It must be so much nicer now that you have like a dedicated PC for it. For years. Years! You went from laptop to laptop. I'm wondering if I should talk about the work thing. Doig. Alton Mazzo says,
it's up to you.
Oh no, this renewed means I'm stuck here. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Alton Mazzo, thank you so much for the subby. Thank you, thank you. the work thing. A certain thing got revealed publicly on Twitter. So it's like, should I just...
It got side noticed by a friend.
Yeah, but it's out there now, isn't it? So I don't know if I should just clarify a little bit about that. Do you think I shouldn't?
It's absolutely up to you.
It's absolutely up to me.
Yeah.
No, I need to know if you approve of me talking about it or if you think I shouldn't. It's okay. No one leaked Blind Cricket. No one leaked. Someone just took a screenshot of something.
Swifty was in the credits for something recently.
Yeah. So, like, it's not a leak because it's just in the credits. But it's very funny that it's in the credits. I'm just going to say it because I've said enough now that people are going to be kind of pissed if I'm like, you know what? I'm actually not going to say anything. Oh my gosh. Altamazzo, thank you so much for 500 bits.
Thank you.
That's a lot of bits. Thank you. I appreciate it. Am I working again? No, this is from last year. So it just takes a long time for this stuff to like be talked about because making things takes a long time. All right, I'll talk about it. So someone took a screen grab of the Knuckles series credits, and my name is in there as a storyboard artist, which is true. I did work very, very briefly on the Knuckles series. It's very funny though, because let me tell you the circumstances. Okay, I'm the person who least deserves my name in the credits for that show. I can't say too much because Paramount is very, like, you know, Paramount on it, and I don't want to say anything that could get me into trouble, so I can't give you details. But what I probably can say is that I worked on just one scene in that entire show. I worked on one scene, and I checked the episode to see my scene, and I think it got cut out. So my work is literally non-existent in the finished series, but my name is in the credits alongside all the people who have actually been working on it for like a year. So I'm the person who least deserves to be in the credits. I would love to be able to show you guys the scene or even like give you a description of what it was or where it was or what episode it was in, but I think would be breaking NDA.
I think you can at least say that it involved Knuckles.
It did involve Knuckles. I got to board the boy. It was a very quick, short scene, but I thought it was pretty funny, but it didn't make the cut. So yeah, I contributed behind the scenes, ghost credit. So sadly, the person who noticed posted it to me, and I was like, I bet you can't guess which scene it was. And then I watched the episode and was like, oh wow, they're really not going to be able to guess which scene it was. Literally impossible. Yeah. I was asked by a friend to just help them out with something on that show. And so I did. Which is why it was very informal and fast, me working on it. I think I was only on it for like literally a day or two. And that was it, just to get that scene done. But unfortunately, the scene is not in the finished series, so you guys can't see a scene I boarded in there. But you can see my name in the credits if you want. So there you go. That's my amazing work news. The least work news there ever was. Listen, take the credit. I got her. Someone very kind was like, no, we're definitely putting her name in the credits. Do you want to know something even wilder? My name is in the credits for every episode. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. That is a Sega moment. Oops. Hey, Kevin.
Hey,
Yo,
Kevin.
What's up?
This is like you briefly you were like you glanced.
Yeah,
like if you
I
were
touched it on the way past.
It's like you were trying to land on the asteroid from a certain game and just boop.
I just skimmed it, yeah. But now the asteroid has my name printed on it. So, you know, I think I have an idea of who it was who like made sure my name was in there. So I'm very thankful that they did. I do, however, feel a bit like I didn't deserve it, considering the scope of my contribution versus the other people who were being credited for storyboard, of which there are only like 4. I feel like, you know, my contribution wasn't quite as large as that. But nevertheless, at least now I can say, hey, I briefly touched that project.
Briefly.
Briefly touched the project.
That's awesome, dude.
Woo! There you go. One day I'll be able to tell you the other cool things I worked on, but I have to wait for them to post their credits so I can do so.
I also need you to tell this story again when we get the overlay back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, because you want to clip it or something. Screw you and your clips.
Okay.
You know, because Doig's been using my computer for the past couple of days, right? Since his is broken. And he booted it up and told me to go to Stream Manager, so I open Chrome, and the first tab that auto opens is just a huge graph. I got a graph jump scared. It's just a fucking ginormous graph.
That's not even the last tab that I was looking at. It was like so fucking cherry picked. I was watching blurbs.
He has not, and it was on a tab by itself, so it was it feels like it was the last thing he was looking at, because it's the only thing that opened was just a huge graph, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh.
Listen, I didn't graph for 5 days.
I don't believe you.
When we were in London.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, I believe you. But you've been graphing since we got back.
Yeah.
Non-stop graphs all the time.
Listen, they're getting interesting now because TikTok is catching up to Instagram.
Wow.
It's going to be like a race now.
Wow. Incredible.
I was considering adding Blue Sky.
Kevin says I was happy to be there for a graph moment. Were you? Were you here when Doig was graphing? Did he graph with you when I wasn't there? Did you?
I don't remember.
Did you take the one moment you're away from me for the like entire 3 or 4 days we got to see Kevin to graph? You didn't.
I graphed every time I came through and edited a video. That's my pattern. I post a video. No.
You graphed for the both of us, India. The both of us being me too, or just for you and him? After he made a short. Oh yeah. No, I did let you. I was like, okay, you can have your graph moment.
Oh, yeah,
but then I'm stamping your card for the day.
That was it, yeah.
I sound jealous. You've been graphing without me, bro? You've been graphing with Kevin behind my back. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Kevin was there. Kevin was there when you were... okay, I got a story. Kevin reminded me.
What do you mean you got a story? You ain't got no story.
Swifty was looking at fucking YouTube, and like the first page of YouTube came up where it's like gives you a bunch of recommendations, and one of our own shorts turned up on her like front page. And she was like,
so funny.
Click not interested. And it disappeared. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't tell the algorithm that you're not interested in her content, dude. She's like, one thing's not going to matter.
Well,
it's like, it's going to be more of a negative difference than a positive one.
Well, it's like, it's our channel, so I don't think it's going to like affect things too much. Like,
then she went to her channel, and on the shorts page on our fucking YouTube channel, it was just a black square where it was like, won't show you this then.
I couldn't see it anymore. I was like, okay, fine. I'll go... And I'll unblock it, or I'll give it a thumbs up and say I'm interested in it. So I went to go and get it, and it just, I couldn't get to it anymore.
We had to get, well, Kevin graciously offered to just find the clip and then send it to you in a DM.
Send a direct URL.
Be like, maybe you'd like to see this. I was genuinely like fucking annoyed at you about that.
I know you were. You went all sad and quiet for 10 minutes. I had to try and recover and make it up to you. So I did. I liked the short, and then I commented on the short and said, nice short.
Talk into your microphone.
I am.
You're not. Your mic is a little low.
I can't get it any. It's the
Move your tablet then.
But I need to draw on it.
Okay. Yeah, what? Oh my God, India, never. It matters. Like it's like people aren't interested. Just one in the pool of people who are engaging with it is quite a lot.
Well, I liked it and said I liked it, and then I commented on it to try and deflect the algorithm.
No, then she just started liking all of our things.
I was
I'm like,
making it up to you. Nothing wrong with liking your own short, bro. You gotta have self-confidence. So yeah. He's so mad even now. He's mad. It was so funny to say not interested and just watch it disappear and watch Doug's heart break in real time. It was exactly like that moment in The Simpsons where you see Lisa's heart break. Oh no, it's Ralph's, isn't it? You see Ralph's heart break in real time. It was like that. I felt like I'd actually destroyed Doig. He's gone all sad again! It's okay, Doig. I liked them all. It's turned back up again now. You know, I liked it and I commented on it. I'm audible. I'm glad I'm audible.
yeah, it's fine.
I won't do it again, Doig. I'm
Good.
sorry. I didn't think it would matter.
Good.
I just was like, that's a wasted spot on our shorts feed. It's our own short.
Kevin says, hey chat, why not everyone here hop into the latest short, like, comment and subscribe?
What is the latest one, Doig?
If I could do a comment that was just a command that's like latest and it would post the video, that'd be really cool, right?
Swift, you messed up, says Maximus. It will follow you forever. Shh, I fucked up, guys. I fucked up. Aw, Martina says every time I see a Doig, Swift and Ulster short, I like the hell out of it. Thank you, Martina.
What helps your posts for the algorithm on YouTube and Instagram? Watching them, liking them. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
share it with your friends.
I think liking and commenting on it probably helps. That's all I can think of.
Record it in a little video and put it in a card to your grandma.
Applesauce says just like the new short. Thank you, Applesauce. And Kevin says, sorry for rehashing painful memories. Ho ho!
Fuck you, Kevin. What are you even doing awake?
Yeah, Kevin. Shouldn't you be falling out of a tree somewhere?
Did you nap so hard that you are now awake at early time?
Are you on UK time now? You're always up at 5 a.m. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Cookie says, by the way, congrats on the coffee goal. Thank you. That was all down to you guys, not to us.
I'm just going to put it out there. If you keep throwing money at the Ko-fi goal, we'll get a better stream computer.
Haven't you already chosen
200%.
Haven't you already chosen the one you want?
I'm close to it, yeah.
So you'll probably get that one either way, but more would help because it's an expensive one. But
I need to be as good a salesman as Doig. I don't feel like that was good.
Yeah. You can get upgrade Swift. I mean, I guess so.
I'm only kidding, you guys. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding about... No.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
You're not kidding even a little bit,
I'm not kidding that I will get a better computer if there's
yes,
more,
but I mean, would
budget.
you not get the computer you want if there's no more money incoming? I feel like you'd still get the one you want.
Well, I'll have to dip into our savings more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm okay to do that. So long as you think it's a good one, like I trust you. You know, if there's one thing that's worth splashing our savings on, I think it's probably
a stream PC,
some kind of work computer.
Yeah,
because we kind of live or die by those. Wait, the stream PC you're getting? Is it a laptop?
No.
Okay.
That would cost double to get the same specs.
No, okay, that's fair. I think you should have a laptop.
I was looking at shitty little laptops for like 700.
Shitty little laptops
that would run like. I just need something that lets me type into a code thing.
You'll always be in my heart. Shitty little laptops, shitty little laptops. Yeah, I think it'd be really nice for you to be able to code and do stuff elsewhere that isn't in the office. So I think you should get one of those. But that's for a different day. That's a different discussion. Alter, thank you so much. Thank you for the donation.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you just Ko-fi'd us 20 quid. That's huge. That's a huge amount of money. Thank you so much. What the fuck?
See, we were
Thank
sleeping.
you.
We were sleeping when the goal was kind of getting
Thank
hit.
you so much.
You don't get Swifty being like this.
Can you write it off as a business expense? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's tax deductible. It's tax deductible.
England detected.
That's why we had to.
If her fucking voice hadn't given it away.
If her fucking voice hadn't given it away. Fucking hell. Thank you so much for the donation. You love the drawing with Doig and Swift trying to calm him down, saying shh.
Oh, I looked into Imprint and I had to change the PayPal so that it went to our more recent PayPal. And it says I can request the money from Imprint in 5 days.
Right.
So that's probably
when you'll be ordering, probably.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then I'm probably going to go with PC Specialist for the place to get it from, so they build it for us and send it to us.
Aw, Ultimazo says, you see, I throw 500 bits randomly to troll Thor. I can throw $20 dues to you. Aw, thanks so much, Ultimazo. That's very kind of you. It ended up being 18 quid because of conversion fees. That's still a huge amount. Thank you. Also, fuck the conversion fees.
Will Community Day happen tomorrow?
Oh! Oh! Shit.
It would mean that Swifty would have to like run everything.
Yeah, like we run it between both of us, with one person reading stuff off from their computer and the other person going through. I honestly would rather wait until our stream is working again to be able to do it. Just because it's a big deal. I really like Community Day and I want to be able to do it properly. I don't want to screw it up. So maybe we could postpone it until the PC is fixed. Hopefully everyone would just understand that. We're going to try and get it fixed as soon as possible. You'll go on holiday in the middle of the month. Okay. We'll check the dates.
I feel like that's Martina just being like, I will go on a huff in the middle of the month.
I don't think so. But yeah, I think if it's okay with everyone, Community Day tomorrow we'll postpone for a few days until hopefully we have the PC fixed, which will hopefully be Wednesday, but we'll see. We've got someone coming over on Wednesday. Doig's going to try something else today because he ordered a new drive.
Yeah, it's a new flash drive to put Windows install or Windows recovery onto it.
Yeah, Nikos, but maybe we should just say it'll be like Monday next week if we can get it fixed by then, so people just have a solid date.
A community week next month, just the entire
entire week. Honestly, it could take an entire week to go through sometimes. Like I could easily spend longer than 5 minutes on each entry. But yeah, I think postponing makes sense. Want to make sure that we do it properly.
Yeah. I got to do a bit of drawing recently for one for the doodles to kind of let people know that PC was borked, and then one to thank people for contributing to the Ko-fi, but it felt good. I haven't drawn like that in a while.
Yeah?
Kevin made me draw, and now I'm drawing again. Fuck you, Kevin.
Screw you, Kevin, for making this productive. It was fun to just sit around with sketchbooks while Kevin was here.
Please tell people in the Discord. Thank you for the dono. Thank you. Tell people in the Discord that Community Day is postponed. I can do that, but it means I won't be able to read chat for a second.
So, I saw that the director of Persona 5 has a new RPG coming out called ReFantasio, and I don't know what to do about it because I don't know how much faith I have that it will be written well. I don't know how much faith I have that it'll be written well, but they've taken the stank that they have on Persona UI and they've applied it to it as well. So it's worth looking at the trailers just to see the menus. Because damn, I Atlas really do the best UI now. That's it. They just do. They are the leaders in the industry of how to do cool looking UI. It's called Fantasio or Metaphor or something. It's got a stupid title. Fantasio with a Z. Like the spell Zio. It's a new RPG coming out from Atlas. It looks very anime.
I want to know how to do cool UI stuff like that.
Right? We were looking at it a little bit before the stream, but we were in danger of being even later than we were, so we had to stop. There we go. Kitsukuma says, Metaphor re-Fantasio. There you go. Check out the UI on that monster. It looks so good.
Sparkrust, I think their name was Finch.
Oh, what? The D&D character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said, Swift, I loved your bird robot on that D&D game by Lady V. I forgot their name though.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad you liked the character. Yeah, if anyone's interested, I recently played a one-shot with Lady V and some friends. It's over on Lady V's channel if you want to catch the VODs. That's Lady Vignette on Twitch. She did a great job DMing it. We all had a ton of fun. I got to play a little robo bird called Finch. It was great. And I hope we get to play more in the future. Really, Nico Spud? That's a huge compliment. Thank you so much. I'm sure it was like 99% because Lady V was so good at DMing.
I need to watch it.
She really like took everything in her stride. And gave us really good guidance all the time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really nicely paced as well. You heard your IRL name just now and got spooked. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what would it be, V? Is your in real life name Finch? How cool would that be?
Could we watch it on stream?
Could we watch it on stream?
Yeah, stream, yeah.
I mean, we could, but it'd be a bit confusing for us to talk over it.
That's true.
Because it would be my voice on top of my voice. And also, I don't know if you'd want to talk over it. You'd probably want people to just be able to watch it, right?
I guess so, but we would live react to your cool ones. I don't know.
I don't want to live react to something I did. I'd be so embarrassed.
Okay, well, me and Kevin will just get on stream and live react to it.
Are you looking for an excuse to watch it? Because you can just watch it without needing an excuse.
No. I'm just all about that content.
Yeah, you're all about that Swift content.
Yeah.
You're so cute. Thank you for supporting what I do.
We watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of Hands of Isaacin, and Kevin got to witness firsthand how Kanamori-esque I am.
Yeah.
And how, is it Asakusa-ish Swifty is.
Yeah. We want Kevin to watch more Isaacin, but also I get it if you have other things you'd rather watch, Kevin. Yeah, Hands of Isaacin is so good. You gotta watch them make their film, Kevin, so you can see like how it goes.
I appreciate how they didn't they don't sugarcoat or like move away from the aspects of when you're trying to make an endeavor with a group of people, you have to have someone that thinks like Kanamori. I appreciate that they showed like where she was coming from as well. Yeah,
the show isn't like fuck producers. The show is like, this is why she's necessary and this is the problems that can arise. Yeah,
you've got your kind of like head in the clouds type characters who are like dream big, but then you have someone who's like, okay, how am I going to turn their cloud shapes into something that people will...
Yeah, you have someone who's like, now listen, we have this many days, and if you try and do what you want to do, you're going to have to work day and night for 50 days straight. So we need to think smaller so you have a possibility of making it.
Oh, did Brackies be like, I'm going to stop making Unity tutorials. Haha, psych, I'm making them for Godot now. That's cool. Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, it's Katamari. No, Kanamori.
Katamari. Katamari Damacy is just Kanamori scooping up a bunch of money and rolling it around.
It's kind of funny how I kind of see Sylvia and Midge having a kind of like
they
Asakusa Kanamori type.
Yeah. Spoilies for book 2. We get more Sylvia in book 2, which is nice because I get to actually have her have more interactions with Midge. And yeah, they do have a very kind of Kanamori Asakusa kind of relationship.
That's neat.
Have I been able to destroy more people in Pokemon trading card game? Oh shit, I haven't yet. I think someone actually messaged me about that, about whether we should do Pokemon every couple of weeks, and I forgot to reply. I've gone dark on my DMs for like the past week. I haven't replied to anyone. So if anyone's messaged me, I'm really sorry.
I've told you when people message.
Yeah, Doig has told me when people message me, but I haven't been on Discord to message people for like a week. I think just because we went away at the weekend, like Doig's PC broke, so I gave him my PC to use instead. And since that time when I gave him my PC, we went away, Kevin came to visit, and Doig's been trying to fix his own PC. I've basically not been on my PC.
Yeah.
And I've taken that almost as an opportunity to just not go on Discord. So I need to start catching up with the messages that people have sent me, basically.
You got kicked out of a server.
I did get kicked out of a server. I got kicked out of a server, and then the people in the server messaged me and were like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. They were like, I'm so sorry. We'll invite you back in. I was like, it's really, like, don't worry. I'm not annoyed about it. It happens. It's fine.
Oh, probably on stuff you're in there.
Probably. Wait. Oh, you're going to get a message too, being like, I'm so sorry. Let me tell them. They probably haven't realised. I think they did like a big like sweep of people who hadn't been active in there. And of course I hadn't been active in there at all, basically. Yeah, I'm also very inactive on Discord on stuff. So this happens a fair amount, you know. I'll never be annoyed about it. It's like, it's gonna happen.
I'm drumming now for some reason.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, exactly. Spring cleaning, right? You gotta do it. Speaking of which, I've got to put the dishwasher on after the stream. I have to remember, or we'll have no things to cook with. And we'll have the same thing I had yesterday, where I went to cook, and then I turned around and looked at all the pans that I needed that still had, like, needing to be washed. And I was like, I can't be bothered. I can't.
Oh, last Saturday was King's Day. I was supposed to go over to Amsterdam for King's Day.
Yeah, to be fair,
that was the early year plan.
It would have been too much of a rush to do. Like, if we'd have said yes and decided to do it, we would have been kicking ourselves. Number one, because your sister's not there.
Yeah, my sister isn't there now.
Number two, because we have a bunch of stuff around it, like going to that show and everything. So yeah. It would have really been pretty impossible for us to go. There's a Discord feature called pruning, which kicks people who haven't been active after a threshold. That's probably what they did. You're so happy your dishwasher has a 30-minute setting. Oh my gosh, that sounds incredible. Oh, what incredible thing is this? Truly, you're blessed. I need one.
I love the two Scrungle emotes together.
They're good.
Do we have an animated Scrungle?
Kind of. We've got Swift flipping out.
That's true.
We've got like a tumble. Yeah, we have dishwashers. The problem is I'm so used to not having a dishwasher that 90% of the time I forget I have one and wash things by hand anyway. And then as I'm putting the things I've washed by hand away, I look down and see the dishwasher again, and I'm like, oh. Oh, no. I guess I could have used that. Oh. You bought a Hisuian Typhlosion card. Really cool card. That's awesome. While Kevin was over, we went to visit some different like towns and cities and stuff. And we went to a place which is famous in Manchester called Affleck's Palace. And in there, they had a bunch of Pokemon cards that they were selling. It's like a big independent shop arcade, basically. And I was looking at all the Pokemon cards that were like £700. Like you can buy this Charizard for nearly £800. And I was like, who is doing this?
Kurzik, you have Smash Brothers now. Is it on the Switch?
You did? You bought Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's awesome. That's why you spent your weekends as a teenager. Reflux, me too! Would it be weird if we both, like, were in the same store at some point when we were both teenagers and just, like, passed one another? Buying stripy arm warmers and passing each other in the night.
Hey, Kieran. How's it going, dude?
Kieran! Hello.
It was cool chilling out with you yesterday. On the Discord.
On the Discord.
On the Discord.
So Kieran was one of the people you were chilling out with?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Doug was having a grand old time on the Discord yesterday.
We got a sneak peek of what Fenn's been on up to as well.
Ooh, tell?
Nope. Can't say.
Well, I mean, can you say if it's cool?
It's cool.
I mean, I guess I probably figured it would be cool. It doesn't really tell me anything, but... Yo, Pain Gamer. Yo!
There was Kurzik, there was Kevin, there was Lady V.
And you were there, and you were there.
Patrick. There was Pilkey. Pilkey's sounding like he's on the up and up on the mend.
Oh, that's fantastic. So happy to hear that.
Kurzik was there.
Oh, I'm going to double check as well. I'm probably going to do this every stream, but how's the music level? Just checking you guys can actually hear it. If there's ever no music on, let me know. Music good, awesome.
You should just be in charge of our audio for our streams from now on.
Yeah.
Because this is twice that...
I've just nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you are in charge of audio for our streams from now on. Do you take this mantle of responsibility?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, it drives me bonkers when you mix up the audio levels. I'm now the DJ, finally. It's time to fulfill my destiny.
Well, if we get the dedicated stream PC and everything, then you can just, like, you can figure that shit out, and I can just listen to my own music or whatever over on my own PC. And
oh,
it
how
won't
the
matter
turntables. I'm fine with that, yeah. I'm happy then to also accept responsibility when I do it wrong. You can then yell at me.
She is listening to a YouTube live thing, so it might get copyright struck, who knows.
Hopefully it won't. It's a YouTube lo-fi, in air quotes, station, you know?
Nice.
It's one of the ones which is just basically live all the time.
The tables have tabled, yeah.
Oh, how the tables table.
You are the more audio-minded of the two of us, though, so...
Yeah.
You know things.
I don't know things, I just feel things in my gut. And I look at audio bars and I'm like, this feels right. Are you okay, little man?
What's he doing?
No, I'm talking to you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not little man. He's a little man.
Yeah, well, he's not here.
Yeah. I'm okay.
You did a little sigh.
Yeah.
What is it? What's on your mind?
I want to get developing again. It's been like over a week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like yesterday, I was like, Doig, I know you're not mad at me, but I feel like I should ask you anyway, because there's like a feeling of tension and stress coming off you. And I just want to check, like, have I done anything? Are you all right? And Doug was like, yeah, no, you haven't done anything. It's just that I don't have my PC and it's broken and I don't know when I can start working again and I can't do anything because my PC's not here. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, I should probably have realised that the reason you're a bit stressed out is because literally the thing that you do work on every day isn't currently functioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if your computer wasn't there, I would be way worse probably.
Yeah. It seems very obvious as soon as you said it. I was like, oh, duh. Yeah, of course. Aw, CasW says I haven't had my morning friends for like a week. We've really missed it too. We've missed streaming. It's nice to be back even if we don't necessarily have all the stuff. Oh, yo, you should tell them about what Blurg has been doing too.
His name is Blurbs.
Okay. DNA Slicer, thank you very much for the subscription. Thank you so much. DNA Slicer says, nice.
I hope he hears that you called him Blurg.
I don't know why I keep calling him Blurgs.
There's someone in chat I think called Blurr.
I think that's what I'm confusing him with. So it's Blurbs.
Yeah, Blurbs.
I think I've been calling him Blurgs for like the past month.
Did you mix him up with Beegs, who is a different person?
No, I think there's someone in chat whose name is Blurghs or something, or Z.
Something, yeah.
And I've just been seeing that as the way that Blurg's name is spelled.
Blurb.
Blurb. Shit. But Kaz, you can tell people what blurbs.
Kaz was there as well. You just made me like yell Kaz.
Kaz!
Not able to follow up with was there.
Blurbs.
He's made a mod for Skyrim that allows chat to add their own character name, like their own screen names to NPCs within Skyrim. And when he's talking to them, their voice, like whatever they type, will become text to speech. And if they're following him, it will also talk to him, and if they're fighting him, it will also talk to him, and it's very funny.
It's really funny. So if that sounds like something you guys would be interested in, you should definitely check out Blurbs' stream, because he's doing ridiculous funny stuff, and also he's a ridiculous funny guy.
I think Yuru on Twitch was my favorite interaction of what I saw. So good.
Yeah.
Often at times it's the like children NPC have the funniest voices, but also the funniest delivery of stuff.
Yeah. I think it is the voice that does a lot.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's so clever. I don't know how he's done it, but somehow he has. If you guys want to check out the VODs for that, it's really fun.
Apparently it's the first game mod that he's made. Like
really?
Yeah, he usually builds stuff in Stream Elements or OBS and stuff.
His first game mod, and it's like one of the most complex creative ones I've seen. It's like, man, for your first game mod, I'd settle for like, I'd like to change a character's texture. Just to see if I can.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was just an overlay though. Like he was playing Pacific Drive, and it's a game about like you like driving around and there's like monster stuff outside. He set it up so that as though there was two kids in the back of the car that were on text to speech as well. And every so often he would just leave the car and then he would like dim the audio as he ran away.
Has Shindig's found Blurbs yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Nico Spud said, actually, Swift, that would be a texture pack, not a mod.
All right. It's a mod to me. It's modifying the existing game. You can't do that if you have a console.
I almost got a job making texture packs for Minecraft.
That would have been
boring.
A boring job. Sorry to anyone who makes texture packs for Minecraft. I feel like that would be a boring job to get paid to do.
Yeah, because I think before Microsoft bought it from Mojang. Mojang outsourced certain stuff for the Xbox version to a company in Dundee called 4Js. And I got an interview with 4Js at one point to make texture packs. I can't remember how it went. I think I didn't get it.
I'm kind of happy you didn't. Whatever life path has put you where you are now, I'm pretty happy for.
Hello. Oh, you're so excitable. Oh. Come here. Sparrow's getting a bit of a pouch underneath her. Do you see that?
She's always had that.
Yeah, but it's getting furrier or something.
She's a little marshmallow, man.
She is, yeah.
A little marshmallow.
She bit me this morning when I was petting her. I got bitten. I got bit.
I got bit.
I got bit and then I got licked.
Yeah. That almost happened to me, but I buried myself under the covers so she couldn't get me.
4J Studios, yeah, I interviewed with them a few years ago. Yeah, cool, they're still going. I don't know if they're still involved with the Minecraft stuff. Probably. They probably made bank on that stuff. Hello. They might even be the ones that made the kind of more action adventure top-down one for Minecraft. I don't know. Oh, we did a story workshop with one of the people at 4J, which is how I got the interview. We did like a screenplay workshop, and he was on my. I think he was in my group. I think his name was David.
David.
You just had that locked and loaded right now, didn't you?
I'm just providing a helpful commentary to your story by yelling names again after I hear them.
This is the pre-India Swift era of my life that Swifty has no knowledge of, so she's not like, oh yeah, I remember when you did that.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say about it apart from just repeating things that you say.
I think that story workshop was taken by someone who had written for Beavis and Butthead, maybe?
Beavis and Butthead.
Or it was either that or the animated series Doug.
Oh, Doug and Beavis and Butthead, both renowned for having extremely good stories.
Whatever, man.
Sorry, what a bitchy thing to say. Wow, Swift. What have you made lately, huh?
Yeah, what have you made lately?
What have you made lately, Swift? Huh?
I'd like to see you tell stories.
Yeah. Right?
Yes, actually.
How's that comic going, Swift?
No. You made the Knuckles TV show.
I did create that entire thing, yeah.
We watched the first episode of that, and yeah, also was mentioning it a little bit earlier, like, it's not what people expected or wanted from a Knuckles show.
Aww.
And I can kind of understand.
I can understand. It's a shame though. Like, it seems pretty fun for what it is. I haven't watched past the first episode. Apart from
you watched the
looking
episode
for the one that my work was going to be in. I think people just wanted more Knuckles. I think it's just like people are excited. The reason people are excited about a Knuckles show is because of Knuckles.
I think my favorite part of the first episode was just seeing Knuckles run his assault course, because that felt
the opening scene.
Yeah, it felt quintessentially Knuckles just being Knuckles. I think there's this weird thing that's happened through the isekai thing, which is like they keep trying to tell these fish out of water stories, and it's like people want Knuckles to be Knuckles. That's why they like Knuckles.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing over the course of the story, people realize Knuckles is worth, but everyone would just be like, can you be less Knuckles? And Knuckles is like, no.
No. And I appreciate that about him. I just want a show where it's just Sonic characters and like they're just hanging out with each other and having adventures and stuff. Not that I actually think the actor who plays Wade, is it Wade?
Yeah, Wade Whipple.
Yeah, I think the actor who plays Wade Whipple is so good. Like, he's really good at being like charming and funny, and like he's a great character.
Mm-hmm.
I just want a Knuckles series where Knuckles is just Knuckles as well. That's all.
There was one moment in the first episode where they done a really great job of building up of like, you're too much of a warrior mindset, Knuckles. You can chill out a little bit. And then on the other side, Wade Whipple's established of like, you're not enough of a warrior. We need more of a warrior type thing. And then there's this whole part where Knuckles interacts with a character and they're like, you need to train a warrior. And then Swift was like, cool, that they've established it. And then there's a very explicit thing where the character interacting with Knuckles pulls out a newspaper and goes, this man, you should train this man. And both me and Swifty went, too far.
Both just like, huh? You don't need to do that. Literally, all you have to do is have your two characters meet,
and then it'll be like
it will naturally then happen, because you literally have a character who's like, I need to learn to be a warrior, and another character who's like, I need to teach someone how to be a warrior. Like, all you need is then for those two characters to meet. You don't need a third character to be like, go and teach this man how to be a warrior.
It's like they didn't trust audiences to be like, oh yeah, connect those dots. They were like,
I don't know.
Look at this dot, Knuckles. Focus on the dot, Knuckles.
That's not an audience thing, though. That's like just would have naturally happened if the characters had met. So I think it was probably for time. I think it was, we don't want another scene where Knuckles and Wade meet and have this conversation if we can just have the dude pull out a newspaper and say, go train this man.
It might have been like cut for time reasons, but I feel like if they had met organically like that, it would have strengthened the agency of both characters.
Well, the thing is that if they were not going to have them meet organically like that, then they didn't need to do all the build-up. So they could have saved that time there anyway.
Yeah, shifted.
But if they're going to do all the build-up, they might as well have them meet in the way that feels natural, because they put the work into setting that up.
Yeah.
So why then not use the setup? I don't know. Strange decision.
It becomes more and more prevalent.
But that's the thing, though, is like with writing series, is it's often like when you're writing a series, it takes so long to write. Like, you're writing it over like 6 months or a year or something, and you're also writing it with a bunch of other people. There are often several writers on the same project, and sometimes people come and go. So I think that's a lot of the reason why sometimes you're like, why didn't they take that writing opportunity? And it's like, because this is a mishmash of lots of different people's work over lots of, a long time.
Different revisions, different sections, compartmentalized type thing. Gotcha. We need Swift in the writing room. We definitely do, Dominic.
I would love that.
We definitely do.
I would love that. I think that storyboard artists should be in the writing room with writers and work on it together. And I'm sure writers would hate that, but I think it would make for better stories.
Yeah, bringing the sense of visual storytelling at the outset rather than having it in the process be more of a kind of response to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think there have been board-driven shows.
Yes, there have been.
That have made some successful stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to cut writers out entirely, though. Like, I think writers do an amazing job. But I know that some people had experiences where they've had writers who haven't created the best stuff, and then the boarders have to kind of figure out how to solve all the problems, and it can be like kind of stressful part of the job.
Yeah.
Especially when
contention.
Especially when you then don't get the credit for making those fixes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it was written by.
Yeah. Often story is attributed to writers who then go on to work on other stuff, and they get work based on their writing, but if their writing has been augmented
or fixed
augmented it's hard to join those dots unless you were in the room where it happened.
The room where it happened, the room where it happened.
Yo, Cosmic Keyframe, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, whoa! Cosmic Keyframe! 5 tier 1 subs, thank you so much. Thank you for the gifted subs.
I do wonder if Knuckles is sort of aimed for a slightly younger audience.
Oh, it absolutely is, yeah.
I don't think... Here's the thing, you guys. I don't think they need to. I think their core demographic would absolutely be people in their 20s and 30s.
Here's my thing, is I think even if it's aimed for a younger audience, that shouldn't affect the quality of the writing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that makes any difference who it's aimed at.
I think it does in terms of like having your audience be able to join connective tissues and story beats.
No, I don't think it does.
No, what I'm saying is they try and aim it downward, and they don't have to do the things that they think they have to do to aim it downward. They can just let it.
I don't think they even need to aim it downwards.
Like kids watched Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Etc. etc.
If kids don't understand, they'll make up their own story and what they think is happening and be perfectly happy with it. Source, I have been a kid.
Yeah. But who knows? The producers want to make a bunch of spin-offs, as they've been quoted in articles recently. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have an Avengers Assemble level of stuff in the future.
I mean, I'm kind of about that. Maximus says, did you put on the rice? Not today. We haven't. But don't worry, that's a conscious choice today. But we should put it on tomorrow. But yeah, I'm kind of about the Avengers thing. I think it could be really fun because there's such a huge roster of characters in the Sonic universe. And all of them kind of deserve to have their day in the sun. Like, it'd be really cool to get, like, a spy Rouge movie. The problem is that I think what they're probably going to do is pair up one character with 15 humans every time. And I kind of just want an animated movie with Sonic in it and his friends and no humans.
Yeah, aside from Robotnik, who should be an outlier. There's a certain point in the first episode where Knuckles just walks into a bowling alley and no one reacts to him.
Oh,
I'm just like, are they just like part of the world now? Everybody's just like, yeah, okay, they exist.
They have dropped the premise that these things should not be seen by people and are aliens that will freak people out so hard. But
there's a whole point where he attacks some builders and they're like, who was that? And she's like, oh, that's just our kid. And it's like, didn't they see Knuckles during that entire thing?
Yeah, they did. I think
a kid did this?
Listen,
what are they saying?
It's become too cumbersome a story beat for them to have to rehash every time Knuckles goes anywhere. If they want Knuckles to have to go to Reno, they want to be able for him just to go to Reno without every single episode having to have people go, oh, and then come up with an excuse as to what Knuckles is or why he's there. Or
I think you can both address that he is odd and also not have to have people be like, oh my god, what is this? By simply having them in the background characters, look at Knuckles and then be like, what? And then walk. But you have characters who are just like, gonna go get a bowling ball.
You know what a better solution is? Just not to say where there's a bunch of humans. And then you don't have to deal with that. If it was just the Sonic characters, that wouldn't be a problem.
That's true. Just let's go to Mobius.
But yeah. A road trip show for Team Dark. It would be so cool, right? That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I'd love that. But I think the main thing is, like, I want really cool Sonic stories that feel like Sonic rather than feel like a compromise, because people for some reason don't think that Sonic story is enrapturing enough to be able to hold water on its own.
Yeah, the entire sort of story premise for Knuckles is like, Knuckles, you can't be like this in this world. And it's just kind of like, he's like, I will make myself at home. And he does a whole bunch of knuckly stuff, I guess. Because I feel like they've reduced his character to, I'm a warrior. Whereas there's more to Knuckles than that. And I wish we got to kind of see some of that. But the whole setup of this isekai, like, it's almost like you fall into this pit of like, we have to tell stories about the fact that he's not in his own world. Rather than being like, we want to tell stories about Knuckles just being Knuckles. there's always this. I had the same reaction to Monster Hunter, the film, where they took a military woman and put her into the Monster Hunter world, where she has to learn about what the Monster Hunter world was like, so that, I don't know, I guess audiences have a character to attach themselves to. However, you can just tell a story about a character in the Monster Hunter world.
Yeah, you could just do
easy.
You could just be like, this is the world, I'm a hunter.
There are so many films that just like, you're in the world. I don't understand why they need to take
sorry, go ahead.
I don't understand why they have to isekai everything. That as soon as you attach an isekai premise to an IP that didn't otherwise have it, your storytelling has to accommodate for the fact that it's now been isekai'd, and somehow it just weakens all storytelling possibilities, because all of the stories become about the fact that it's an isekai rather than about the IP that it's been shoehorned into.
Well, the problem is that the IP, like what was good about the IP, gets kind of brushed under the rug or lessened, because like you said, you have to address the elephant in the room first, rather than just do the story. So, for example, the fact that they've changed Knuckles' story to now be like, oh, he was kind of sent to find Sonic, and that's what he's doing.
And now he's
decided
a loose end.
Now he's decided to stay. You lose the entire character motivation that Knuckles has always had, which is defending the Master Emerald.
Yeah.
Because it's like he says in episode 1, he's like, I found the Master Emerald, now what do I do? And Doig and I are like,
protect it?
Where is it, Knuckles? Like, maybe you should watch over it or something, I don't know. But like, he doesn't have that to do now because his story's changed. So he's just like, I guess I'll just hang out. And it's less impactful than him being like, I have this sacred duty to look after the Master Emerald.
Yeah, you take the fish out of the water and you leave the water behind. Yeah.
Anyway. Anywho.
I hope at some point they just take all of the characters that they developed and just throw them back into their own world and start telling stories with them.
Please.
Yeah.
Please put them in Mobius. Please, I want to see more Mobius. Although I suspect, because the Mushroom World kind of seems like it's meant to be Mushroom Hill, I wonder if they're not having any Mobius at all. Instead, each zone is a different world. Like you're hopping planets to get from one zone to the next zone, rather than all those zones being on one planet. So rather than Emerald Hill being next to a chemical plant, Emerald Hill is a world that you go to through a ring, and then Chemical Plant is a factory you go to through a ring, and the two are light years apart.
Possibly, yeah. Which
again, it would make me sad because I love the world that Sonic comes from, and it all being pushed together on these little islands and stuff. It's so cool. Like, one of my favorite things is the little maps you sometimes get in Sonic games, where you zoom right out and you're like, this is South Island, and you see like Green Hill like next to a factory and stuff, and it's so cool to be like, oh, it's a little island in the ocean, and it's got all this stuff crammed into it. Like, there's the hilltops, there's the volcanic region, there's the ice zone.
Nabocus, Girl in the Glim is a comic book series that Swifty and I are making, and Swifty's animating a shot from the trailer for it.
Oh yeah.
Our bot commands don't work today.
Sorry.
Because our bot is dead. But
everything's dead.
If you go to girlintheglim.com, you can check out. You can check out stuff about it. Do you want to show them what you've been animating so far? Please. That's
okay. I am halfway through trying to draw something, but if you want me to stop and then replay everything.
You were just talking about stuff just before this.
What stuff?
Just what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm chatting as I draw.
You thought Chemical Plant was a factory made by Eggman, and the whole reason Sonic goes after him, so he stopped making all those critters into robots. Yeah,
that is the story.
We've had none of that.
That is the story.
Weirdly.
You know, it was like weirdly environmental.
Not weirdly environmental, very good that it was environmental.
No, what I mean, it is good that it's environmental. What I mean is that it was interesting for a game back then to have such a strong message of environmentalism.
Yeah.
You know? And it was awesome. And as a kid, I totally absorbed that stuff without realizing what he was saying. But later as an adult, I was like, oh, holy shit, this is totally like a warning about industrializing too much and destroying the, you know, places of critters and stuff.
Imagine they told a story of a, like in Monster Hunter. Like the Monster Hunter film was basically military woman gets portholed to Monster Hunter World, learns how to fight monsters, fights monsters, the end. Imagine they told a story that was from the point of view in the Monster Hunter World from the person, no, not the hunter, because we've played the games, we've been a hunter, that's our role in the games. Imagine a story told from the point of view of someone who's giving out the quests to the hunters.
You could do that, yeah.
So you've got the point of view of someone who's responsible for sending people out to hunt dangerous monsters. Imagine they come back injured and how that character has to like come to terms with like, I sent them there, or the point of view of like a little cool little like series about the cats who cook the meals for hunters. So every so often you have like people guest star coming in and they're like relaying tales about the monsters they were fighting, and then you like they're cooking them food, and you see the drama of like trying to get ingredients and stuff and sending hunters out on that, and every so often,
but
right,
with cats.
Like there is so much in that world for that's ripe for stories that we don't really get to see the point of view of because we play as a hunter. But the world like like a Palico cooking show would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be.
Because like you said, Dungeon Mesh is doing a very good job of being like, how do we make meals out of dungeon creatures? Like, how do we make, like, you could have a blacksmith character tell a story about him making armor and weapons out of monsters and trying to design things, and like all of the
Don't forget
NPC
your little palicos that you send out on little paragliders to go and do quests for you.
Little like vignette stories about them and how they find them and like what happens when they do, and like you could have like 3 Palico stories. But instead we got an isekai film that was like kind of okay.
That's Hollywood. Though I think the thing is that Hollywood has the attitude about video games that it used to have about superheroes.
Until MCU proved everybody fucking wrong.
Until Spider-Man and Iron Man happened. Like, it was like, no one's going to take this seriously. We have to like make this as unlike the source material as possible.
They don't even take it seriously. Whenever they come across something that is kind of like obscure from the comic book world, they lampshade it all the time because they're like, oh,
they have no faith in
they're called Ant-Man. It's like, people fucking love Ant-Man.
Yeah. Leave Ant-Man alone.
Leave Ant-Man alone. Stop lampshading what...
You don't need to lampshade anything. Like, people already like it. It already has a fan base. You don't need to do anything.
The reason this has any money behind it now, and the reason you're being told that you can make this, or your company has bought the IP to this or whatever, is because it's already proven that it is a successful way of like resonating with people.
Yeah.
You just have to like lean into it.
You just have to let it do what it's already doing.
Or stop giving creators who don't understand what they're working with
or people
the
who have
responsibility to work with it.
Yeah, no passion for it. Like, no passion or understanding of what it is. Literally just commissioning them to make it. Give it to people who care about it, because they'll make the best thing.
Or just don't make an adaptation of things that you don't understand. Please, just make your own stuff. Let's have new original things out there.
Yeah, I'd love some more new original things.
Stop trying to relive the glory days of something that you have no like.
It's not about that.
Understanding
it's
or
literally
attachment
about
to.
This has an audience, therefore it already has a profit attached to it.
I hate it.
Like, it's all about a sure thing versus an unsure thing.
Yeah, it's risk aversion strategy, and it's
nothing to do with reliving the glory days and everything to do with this already has a fan base who have money in their wallets.
I'm always going to come back to this. It's for the last 5 to 10 years.
But the people are the ones who make the project. So if you get the good people involved, then even projects that are started because of money, can become really, really good.
Rise of the TMNT.
Yeah, you just need the right team. Like, the people are everything. So make sure you get people who care about it.
Rise of the TMNT is one of the exceptions that breaks the rule entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And I think by the fact that it was so different and such a different take on... Well, it wasn't. It was just like... It shifted some things around that like caused an immediate like, but as someone who has grown up with the Turtles and watched a lot of the previous stuff, there's so much of those core ingredients in Rise that has been elevated because you've actually had storytellers that are like, these are really cool. If we assemble them this way, then we can tell this sort of thing. And I honestly think your old school Turtles fans didn't know what good storytelling was.
I don't think
and
that's
didn't know
true.
it when they saw it.
I think it's more that with the Turtles stuff, Turtles 2012 kind of already did the thing of just hitting the story points from the comics. Like, they did all the most famous big bads, they did all the most famous moments. It was pretty faithful an adaptation to the original stuff.
To a point, sort of.
I think so.
Well, if for the original thing, they defeated Shredder in like 4 issues.
Yeah, but I mean what it's become. It's like what people see as classic. It tends to be the 87 version. And 2012 retold all of those things, basically. So Turtles have already had the same stories, rehashed them several times.
Yeah.
So in that instance, I think Rise coming in with a fresh twist on it was really fun and awesome to see. Because you already have like all the classic moments animated and done previously. If you're going to just do them again in a different style, it's going to be way less interesting. You're basically going to be watching the same show again. Whereas with Sonic, we've never had anything which is just hit the Sonic beats.
That's true.
You know, we've never had that classic.
The closest was Sad AM, I think.
Yeah, and I love Sad AM. I actually really love the new twist Sad AM put on stuff. But I think mainly... people care less about the story beats, and I just want the characters to interact and have adventures against Eggman.
I can't believe one of the complaints of Rise was that all the characters were too fun.
Oh, you mean the nostalgia critics saying that everyone was Mikey because he watched one episode?
And everybody was like a funny character. It's like, I think...
Sorry guys, we're just ranting now.
We're just ranting now.
Sorry.
We just want good stories being told by cool people.
You wish you enjoyed Sat AM. Oh, Onster, did you not enjoy Sat AM? Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Me and Onster have a difference of opinion about a Sonic thing. You hated it. It's my favourite one. Oh my gosh.
I think the world building...
We finally found a difference in opinion.
I think the world building in Sat AM was the best part of it. I think the characterization of some of the characters are a bit...
Bunny was amazing. Onster... based. Bunny was like my favorite character.
Yeah, if they axed the romance between Sonic and Sally, I think India would agree with you on that.
Yeah, I kind of would. Yeah.
I can't believe we watched a friendship end.
I kind of like, I thought it was cute because at least it felt like it was kind of built up to, and they had really good chemistry, and Sally was an actual character, like with her own stuff going on. But I wouldn't have missed anything if that was gone. If they were just good friends, would have been absolutely fine.
# keep Sonic platonic.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, the ultimate hashtag. Also, the ending to Sat AM was really strange. And you know what I mean, Onster, with the whole romance stones thing. They turned Sally into the fucking Terminator. Oh yeah, they did. I kind of liked that episode though. Honestly. If you don't know, Doig, then Sally gets captured and they send a robot replica, in her place so that people will guide her to Knothole and they can find the location of where Knothole is.
Okay.
And no one notices she's different except for Tails.
Right.
Because she doesn't read him the bedtime story the way she always does.
Gotcha.
And she doesn't do the funny kiss the way she always does.
Aww.
And I honestly think that's kind of sweet.
That is sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, keep Sonic platonic. You had the children's book of that. I didn't know there was a children's book of that.
I think you see Sonic as
I see something. Kind of. Yeah, I think I kind of do. I think to me, Sonic's kind of in the same camp as Luffy. Who else is like an ace king? Like shonen protagonists who just like have other priorities. It's like not even about I don't care about romance at all and never want any kind of relationship. It's just like, dude, I got other stuff to do.
I think the first episode of Dragon Ball Z is everyone reacting to Goku not being an ace king.
Yeah, Goku as well. And yeah, when I watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, Goku has a wife and a kid? What? It's just like, yeah, Doig is too far away. He's petting the cat currently. Like, that's the space that Sonic occupies for me. He's just like, Sonic's about adventure. That's what he cares about. That's what he wants to spend his time doing, is like discovering things, thwarting evil, and hanging out with his friends. And that's it. Like, thoughts on Sonic Boom? I was never really into it. Though I know a lot of people liked it. It had some really, really funny moments. I just like, I want Sonic to be an action adventure show, you know? So I thought Sonic Boom was interesting for what it was, but it just didn't scratch that itch for me. Like, I found it kind of boring to watch. Even if the voice actors were amazing, even if some of the jokes were really funny. I think it was just a taste thing. It's like, it just didn't feel like Sonic to me. Like, Sonic has a particular feeling that I think needs to be captured, that I get when I play the games. And it just hasn't been yet. Because no one's been brave enough to just do the story. Just have the characters be the characters. Just have them interact with each other the way they interact with each other. And there's such a fun thing there to dig into. Part of the reason I love Sonic so much is because there's so much potential. And there's fragments and bits of it that feel like what I want it to feel like, but no one's ever pulled them together.
Do you feel like they did in the comics? Or do you think they also just kind of went off in their own direction?
Oh, they went off in their own direction, man. Like, much as I loved Fleetway, you know? Much as I loved Fleetway, they kind of just... There wasn't that much to Fleetway. It was a shallow Sonic experience. And Archie devolved into soap operas. And the new IDW run has probably been the best so far. You know? But again, it's very much got its own Sonic canon, which I appreciate and which I like, but it doesn't scratch the Sonic itch for me.
Interesting.
Like, them all being in a resistant space where Amy's job is to coordinate everyone. Like, it just doesn't feel like Amy to me.
Wait.
Like, I don't want her to be a manager. You know? I want her to be running around with a Pico hammer, hitting things, and, like, trying to cuddle up to Sonic, but not quite managing to cuddle up to Sonic, and being, like, spunky and funny and, like, you know?
Interesting.
I don't want her to be stressed out because she's got too much paperwork to do.
Gotcha.
Sitting in front of a screen and directing people. And it's fun to read, and I like her character, and I like all the characters in IDW Sonic. It just doesn't scratch the itch of Sonic for me.
I'm surprised. I thought you would appreciate Amy being more of like a kind of, I don't know, like tactician or something.
It's just a different character.
I thought the aspect of Amy where she's like chasing after Sonic in a kind of romance haze would be a part of the character that you were like, I would just forget about that.
Well, I mean, I think it's very cute. Because my first experience of Amy was Sonic CD.
Okay.
Where you're running through a zone as Sonic. And suddenly, for the first time, there's just another Sonic character in the zone. And you're like, what the heck? Who the hell is this? There's like another hedgehog here.
Okay.
And you run past her and little hearts come out. And then she runs up to you and you're like, what the heck? And you stop and she grabs your arm and snuggles into you and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you get so much character from just her sprite doing that. And from then on, every time you run, she's like following you and trying to catch up to you. And, you know, as a kid, you look up like, who is this character? And at the time, the canon is like that Amy's like 8 to 12 years old and she's just a Sonic fan who like loves what you do. And Sonic, like...
Were you like, that's me?
And yeah, and Sonic's, like, not into the romance part of it, obviously. He's like, this is, like, a kid. But, he also is like, shit, a kid's got kidnapped, I have to save her. So
Gotcha.
he, like, becomes a friend. And he cares about her, but does not like an actual romance thing happening. She just has a crush because...
Okay.
You know? And I think that's really cute and cool. I liked that about her. Yeah, she causes problems and that's kind of hilarious. And Sonic's like, oh, for fuck's sake, not again.
Does she have the hammer?
At the same time, he's never going to not go and save her because she's a nice person who's like just got in trouble.
Does she have the hammer in Sonic CD or does she only get that in Adventure?
I think she only got that in Adventure, but she also had it in Sonic the Fighters.
Okay.
She didn't have it in Sonic CD though.
You've been playing Stardew Valley and for the last 15 plus minutes, you've just had it pause because you're distracted by the conversation.
Yeah, exactly, says Onster. She's aggressive and admires him and he has no obligation to return her feelings and runs off all the time. It's surprisingly so refreshing. Yeah, and that's why I hate the will they, won't they Sonic and Amy thing.
Yeah, fuck
like,
that.
That's
just
the thing
get that,
I have a problem with.
Get that out of here.
It's like, I'm fine with Amy having a crush on him so long as it's not her entire character.
She kind of reminds me a little bit of... in Scott Pilgrim, there's the girl
Knives.
that he's who kind of reminds me of that dynamic where it's like she's just like fangirling out and he just doesn't really. I'm not saying Sonic is like Scott Pilgrim. Like Scott Pilgrim is an asshole. I'm just saying like that kind of like, oh, aren't they so cool? Energy is what you were wanting to see from Amy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Exactly. Like, I never had a problem about that with Amy. I only had a problem with her being reduced down to just that being her personality. And people taking that so seriously that it's like, oh, will they get together? And it's like, that's never been the dynamic between them. And I like the dynamic between them. I like that Sonic is like, I got other things to do.
You know
but
what?
It's also like, but I'll always save you and always be there for you because you're a cool person and you're a friend.
Do you know one of the worst things in storytelling that pisses me off so much?
No, tell me.
Is when you have one story where it's will they, won't they, will they, won't they? Mm-hmm. And you make that story and then that story like is like, okay, that's kind of successful. And then you make a part 2. And the writers don't know how to have those two will they, won't they characters actually have a successful relationship together. Mm-hmm. And they always fucking
They always break up.
They always break up and again return. They go like, will they, won't they? Yeah. That is not a good fucking model for like romantic relationships. Please write a story where two characters just fucking get along and they're cool together. Yeah. We need more stories where writers can have... The only time you have couples who have it together is they are the side characters who judge the main characters for being fuck-ups. Yeah. And they're just like, I don't know why you can't like pull yourselves together. Give us some stories where people are just awesome together. Yeah. Like, you always have them like... We watched a fucking... what was it? Adam Sandler and the Rachel from Friends film. Yeah,
I know who you mean.
Where like they just are fuck up all the way through the film, and at the end they're like, no, actually we do love each other. And you're like, aw. And then they made a sequel to that, and it's like they don't get along again in the first part of the film. And they're like, but you resolved all those issues. Why are those still issues?
It's fine for them to still be issues as well, like, but I am tired of the rehashing of plot points.
You can have characters not not agree with one another and like still have contention there, but
and not have to break up.
But if you have them have contention about literally the same things that they like come to terms with, like it doesn't matter.
It's not narratively satisfying, although it is real life. Like in real life, you don't get over
there's
things.
A sequel.
You don't get over things so fast. You're not just like, oh, I've cured my depression. Well, now I never have to think about it or deal with it ever again. Like, that's not the way life works.
No.
And that's not the way issues in relationship work. You know, I'll always accidentally leave the toilet seat up, and Doig will always get mad at me for it, and I'll keep trying, but we're going to have that discussion at least 5 more times.
Listen, the reason that annoys me so much is I'll just be walking past the bathroom, and Sparrow will be like, her ass will be sticking out the top of the toilet and she's face deep in that bowl. That is the reason that I want the toilet seat down.
I know.
It's nothing to do with me. I just don't want our cats covered in toilet water.
I know.
That's it.
I know. I'll keep trying to remember. But yeah, like in real life, those things happen over and over. But Doig and I aren't going to break up and then have to have an entire character arc where we get back together because of it.
No.
It's just tiring to have to rehash what you've already done in one movie again in another movie.
I think they always come at this point of view where like love needs to be this kind of like almost ethereal thing that is so fleeting, and it has to happen in the moment, and then it's like, oh, you're perfect for each other, except all of these things and external things just have to get out of the way. And it's like, I wish we just had a story that told you like what I think love actually is, which is just you admire someone and
everywhere.
Like there's no like they're perfect for you. Like you want someone who's going to challenge you. You want someone who's going to be like, you fucked up there.
You want someone who's going to
I'm going to help you.
Have fun with.
Yeah, you want someone who's going to make you laugh.
This is something I wish we could completely abolish from the lexicon of films and storytelling. Like 100, like actually
is it love at first sight?
Actually, yeah. Actually, just fucking get rid of it. Take it out back. Like, it's on site. I am so tired of it. I never want to see it again. Like, I honestly think it's done nothing but harm to people's like mental.
Yeah, because it removes the possibility that you can be friends with someone first and then develop like stronger feelings for whatever, because people are like, oh, I don't want to be friend zoned. Oh, my friend says that they like me. It's like, don't you want to be friends with someone that you want to spend more time with? It makes no sense to me. You're my best friend. You are my best friend, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Likewise. Yeah, no, I hate love at first sight. It's probably my least favorite trope ever. I hate looking at someone like across a bar or a coffee shop, them going into slow motion, and the person being like, they're so pretty, they must be my soulmate forever. That's the only explanation.
Oh,
and then the rest of the movie
so surface level
is them trying to convince this person that they have to be with them. And I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Because that's not how love works. In my experience, the way that love works is you get to know someone, you realize you really like them, and you like the way they think, and you like their mannerisms, and all the little imperfections about them suddenly become things that are the most endearing things.
Like
the fact that their mouth is lopsided, or they have like a chipped tooth, or, you know, their ears stick out a bit. These become things that you love about them the most.
My God, you're just reminding me of Robin Williams' speech from Good Will Hunting.
Good
it's
Will
so
Hunting.
Right. Yeah.
It's so true. She farts in her sleep.
She farts in her sleep.
She woke the dog up. Like, this is the thing you love about someone, not the fact that they turned around and looked like a model in slow motion as they got their latte. Like, that's the most surface level, arbitrary shit in the world when it comes to love.
Yeah, that's Hollywoodifying what is more quiet.
Hollywood loves labeling infatuation as love, or like sexual attraction as love, and like, yeah, that can be a part of it, but that's not what love is.
Yeah, you can fuck someone you hate.
Oh God. All right. I mean, that wasn't where I was going with it.
You can though.
But you know, it's just, I just think it's like really done a lot of harm to how people think about love or being with people.
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah, he's not wrong. I hate that he's not wrong, but he's not wrong.
I've never done it. But
No.
I know it's possible.
I have been with someone I have later come to hate, but but at the time, you know. Anyway. You read Yakuza Fix like that. Austin, no! I'm not here to judge anyone's fix. You'll read what you like.
I
That's
feel
the
like
joy of fix.
I feel like writers have learned this thing of like conflict creates drama and drama creates interest. And so they tell romance stories like they're this fucking battlefield that needs to be like won. And it's like,
love is a battlefield.
can we just have characters who are just... I'm pretty sure there was a couple of characters in that Wandering Earth 2 movie where we were just like, "Aw."
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for characters just fucking being there for each other and being like either good friends or good partners, either, whatever. It's like, I'm a sucker for it. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I just like seeing people be there for one another and being good buds and stuff. It's the fucking best, man.
More of that, please.
Yeah.
So that's what we want from a Sonic show.
Yeah, I just want him being best buds with everyone. I want them all going on adventures. I want them all stopping Eggman and bopping robots and like... I don't need a whole human cast there. You know? Also, let Tyson direct a series. Just give it to him. Just give it to him. Let him do what he wants. Like, he knows what would make a good show. Just let him do it. Please. Has he not proven himself? Yeah, Sega, let him do it.
I would like that very much.
Yeah, please.
And then I'd like you to be in the room with him when he does it.
A rumor where it happens.
Yeah.
Probably the thing that feels the most like Sonic to me is some of the like little shorts that Tyson's done. And the little trailers Tyson has been involved with.
The Knuckles Divergence one was a really good way of showing what Knuckles is like.
Right? Come on, just give me that as a series. What are you doing?
People were hyped for that.
Oh, Get Good Cheesecake. Hello, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you. Right, Onster, how is that not the series? It was right there. Like, come on. You had it. You had it in your hands. But you played it to the beat. You could have had it all. Rolling in Green Hill Zone.
You were so Fen.
I think Fen's here. Fen says instead we just have a Wade. And like, again, I like Wade. I think he's a cool character. And I think the actor's fucking incredible. But I just, when it comes to a Sonic series, you know, I've said it. You guys know. I don't need to repeat it.
Fnac says, the most memorable part of the Sonic comic for me was from Sonic Mega Drive, where he catches Amy and asks if she's okay, and her response is, if I say yes, you'll put me down.
Yes!
And he immediately drops her.
Oh, I love that so much. I know exactly what that comic is, and it's so funny.
That's a really good... I feel like
great character study.
Yeah, I feel like that ties into the thing of like, if I say I'm okay, you will let me go.
Yeah.
And that's such a core part of what you were describing Amy as.
Yeah, like she's playful and also like a little bit wily. And Sonic's just like, okay, cool, you're fine. I checked. She's a rascal, yeah. Her name used to be Rosie the Rascal.
Amy's name was Rosie the Rascal.
Before it got translated to Amy Rose. Her original name is Rosie the Rascal.
Bring that character
back.
Right?
Rosie the Rascal's fucking awesome. What a cool name. She's just a little shit. I love her.
Sonic and his team of little shits. Let's go.
Exactly. Let her be. Let her be a little shit. She was meant for trouble. She's meant to get into trouble and then use her hammer to get out of it.
You don't even have to give her a girl boss moment. You just could just
oh
have
God,
her thwacking.
please don't give her a
right?
girl boss moment.
Just like have her thwack things
It's
alongside
so condescending. It has the same energy of this pack of cards I found the other day. What was it called? The Little Feminist.
Yeah.
I was like,
fuck off.
This doesn't have the energy you want it to have. It was like a deck of cards. It was called like the Little Feminist deck or something. I was like, huh. Yeah. I was like, calling people a girl boss or giving them girl boss moments has their energy. Like, we don't need them. Just make them good characters. How do you write a female character? The same way you fucking write a male character.
Isn't it the famous thing of like Ripley from Aliens wasn't written to be Sigourney Weaver? It wasn't written for an actress. It was just written.
Yeah, it wasn't written with a male or female in mind.
Yeah.
They just wrote the character Ripley without knowing if like what the casting was going to be.
That changed in the sequels.
And then they ended up casting a woman. And the result was a really well-written character who happened to be a woman, which is what you want.
Yeah. Forget how do I write a good female character. How do you write a good character doesn't matter, regardless of.
If you're asking that question,
gender,
then that's your problem immediately, is that you're asking that question. Because you're thinking of girls differently to just people.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
only different in very, very specific ways.
And even then,
that don't matter.
every
to
girl is different to every other girl.
Yeah, which don't matter when it comes to character motivation or setting or anything.
Yeah, so there's no uniting. There's no like every girl reacts like this or feels like this that you need to worry about. They're just people. Everyone's going to react to something differently.
How do people not understand this yet? It's 2024.
Because of the way that movies and series and books are written right now. Is the reason people don't understand it. Because people look at those and say that's what women are like, and then they look at real women and go, you're wrong. They look at real women and go, no, this game character's not pretty enough. She needs to look more like a model.
Yeah,
that's not what a real woman looks like.
You don't live up to the standard that I've already accepted as reality.
Yeah, they look at real women and go, you look like a man. And it's like, no, they look like a woman. They just don't look like a Hollywood actress.
There are people out there who are like, why have they made this character from this game so ugly? Why
like,
don't they use good models? And then they show you like who the character is based on, and they're conventionally attractive.
Yeah, but they're just not conventionally attractive enough.
It's fucking crazy.
Like, when you look at the real thing and go, no, that's not correct, it's like you've got a problem.
There's I'm not even going to get into it.
Yeah.
There's complaints currently about a video game censoring one of the costumes, and then someone's just put footage up of like the same character in the same game in a different costume that was more revealing, and just being like, why are these assholes upset?
Grums can fuck right the fuck off. I had a problem reading that. Who's Grums? Is that what Doig was mentioning?
I just came up with something that's really disturbing, but I kind of want to say it.
Oh God, what is it?
I
worry whenever you say stuff like that. Go on.
The hill these assholes wish to die upon is the bulge in their pants.
Oh, it's not that disturbing.
It's not that
That's
bad.
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, if you want to play a titty game, there's a bunch of them. You can do that. That's fine. Just don't tell like actual women that they need to be that, because that's not real. It's not real. Onster says I laughed like a 90s anime character. Yeah, which one? Did you do a foo 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 foo, or did you do a ooh hoo hoo hoo? Is something growling? I don't know, it might be me. I might be annoyed. Doig's playing with the cat in the background. Wait, Sploot says I thought you were going to mention used cereal like Fen stream yesterday. Used cereal? What? Removed Fiddle says, I want a woman who can self-destruct most of her clothes off like 2B from Nier Automata. I really want to play that game. I want to play it so bad.
Women can do that.
Women can do that. This is just a power I haven't inherited.
I've seen you explode it.
The implications of used cereal. Yeah, it's bad. Fenac says, still on Sonic, I want this, but it's Sonic holding Amy and Knuckles. Let me have a look. What is this? Yes! It's true. It's true. Yeah. It's, you know, it's a sad day when you realise that the most responsible person in your group is the 8-year-old genius.
Yeah.
Like, Tails is the most responsible Sonic character, and he's the youngest one. Yeah, in actuality it's Tails with Knuckles, Sonic and Amy on leashes. He might be the only one aside from Amy that can read. True. True. Knuckles definitely can't. And I think Sonic's been faking it.
I could understand that. They had a joke in the Knuckles series, which is like, you've gotten wise, Sonic. And it's like, I've been reading a lot of cereal boxes. And I'm like, what is written on cereal boxes these days? Because I don't feel like it has any wisdom to it.
That's the joke. Congratulations.
That's a bad joke.
You've discovered the joke. The joke being he's super wise because he's reading things that wouldn't normally make you wise. So he's probably actually not that wise.
But he says something that is wise beforehand.
Yeah. And then he...
It's a bad joke.
He does a self-defacing joke where he's like, thanks, it's because I've been reading Beano. Essentially. That is the joke. I'm still wondering about the used cereal thing.
I don't think we... Do we need to...
I want to know.
That?
Legit ASDN. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much for the subscription.
Oh, thank you.
India, no. Wait, is it bad? Is it really bad? Hold on, Fen, what you been up to?
Fen.
You
need to sleep more, Fen.
What time is it for Fen now? Is it
it's
midnight? Nearly 1 a.m.
I don't know.
Because you're inverted to our time, right? So if it's like nearly 1 p.m. for us, it's probably nearly 1 a.m. for you. Is that how Australia works?
Second-hand toothpaste. No, wait.
Oh, other Fen, the tiefling one. Oh! Well, I still want to know.
A second-hand toothpaste that someone has already brushed their teeth with, and then they spit it out into your mouth. Is that what that is?
Like a baby bird.
I think Onsta... Yes. Onsta, you can ban Kurzak.
No, don't ban Kurzak.
Do it. Well, timer it.
No.
Blurbs on his Skyrim stream has set it up that if he kills your character who's named in Skyrim, you get timed out for 5 minutes. And the mods were joining in on the fun. And when they got timed out, they lost their mod status.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Mods can't ban mods.
Wow.
Really?
Well, who can ban a mod then?
Me, I guess. No one, says Martina.
Mods are all powerful.
How did I hear that in just that fucking goblin voice? No one.
No one. No one.
We could get you set up.
We
could get you set up with StreamerBot actually.
StreamerBot.
I'm just being lazy. I cannot be bothered to reset things up. You miss your voice.
No, it's fine. Like, we might not need to. Like, hopefully Wednesday it'll be fixed.
Yeah.
So this is only going to be for another 2 days potentially.
I think the guy who's coming is basically just going to reinstall Windows on my drive.
If he can get it to open. Like, get anything to work. Let's see how much of an expert he is, huh? Yeah.
Luckily, I can just text him if I manage to fix it myself today.
Yeah. Which I hope you do.
I hope I do too, man.
Because that'd be really nice to not have to pay him.
He was okay.
I just want to save money.
You're going to stand over him shouting that, Swifty?
Yeah, I am.
Shout what?
Show me your expertise. Is it fixed yet? Thought not.
Removed Fiddle, now don't answer this, asks, what country are you two in if you don't mind me asking? We would love for you to try and guess.
Yeah. Guess. Don't spoil them, chat. No spoilers for Doig and Swift.
We just stopped talking now.
Yeah, now you'll never know.
Earth. Nice.
It is on Earth. I'll give you that hint.
They're from Bloodborne, yeah. Ecuador, America, Narnia, Tonga. Where's Tonga?
I don't know. You're asking the person who's so good at geography. Just so good.
You do realize that when I say stuff while we're streaming, it isn't all to you specifically.
What? No. I always think you're talking to me.
Zanzibar.
Narnia. Wait, who was it who asked? Because...
No, Eric, no.
No, Eric. Okay.
I've forgotten.
Wait, you don't know?
I think it was Removed Fiddle who asked.
Yes, that sounds right. Removed Fiddle. Okay, I'm looking for Removed Fiddle. There you are. You're going to be honest, you have no clue. No guesses? No guesses? Not even a one?
Guesses. We used to live in Ireland.
Yeah. Here, let me narrow it down a little bit for you. It's European.
Now they live in Guam. It's still European,
If
you
guess
guys.
you're going to get insanely wrong, that's fine. You can totally get insanely wrong. We don't mind.
It's just not
fun.
in the Union.
It's just fun because we get the question a fair amount and we like to see where everyone thinks we're from.
People don't think I'm from where I'm from a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'll be really impressed if you get Doig.
Yeah,
I'll be less
me.
impressed if you get me. European, so Canada? Wait, you've got a UK country or a collection of them? It's like a little collection of them. It's the UK.
It's a kingdom of countries.
Yeah, the UK is like Wales, Scotland, England.
And
Is Ireland in the UK?
no.
Northern Ireland is.
Yes.
I was gonna say, like, you were like, and I was like, wait, it's not though, is it? Be careful now.
The Republic of Ireland are their own country. The
Scotland
northern
got
part
dragged
of the
into it,
island.
kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
They're still trying to get out.
There's a clip recently that I sound more what I am in one particular word that I used.
Yeah, they were
It's
so
kinda
close to
funny.
getting out. I was honestly rooting for them to get out. I think it's kind of sad that they have been sucked back into it again. But it was by vote, but it's just like still.
Sleepy Lady says, I bet Doig is Welsh and Swift was born in and raised in Green Hill Zone.
There you go. Nicholas Spud says England, Scotland and Wales are Great Britain. UK is Great Britain plus Northern Ireland. Why has it got to be so complicated?
Yeah, there was a point where Scotland, they voted on becoming independent from the rest of the UK government-wise, and one of the reasons that the people who were saying like, no, don't become independent, who are against independence, were like, it would jeopardize your membership in the European Union, and that was a strong argument of being against independence.
Oh.
And then it was like 2 or 3 years later that Scotland wholly voted, like in the majority, voted against leaving the European Union, and then were dragged out of the European Union by the rest of the United Kingdom.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it sucks. Poor
So it's
Scotland,
like,
man.
Don't leave the United Kingdom government-wise, because you're going to jeopardize your membership here.
Literally just stay because of the European Union, and then England are like, yay!
Actually, you're not going to be in the European Union anymore.
Oh.
Guys, stop playing around my computer.
Let me just
broken.
I'll put you out of your misery, Fiddle, and answer your question. So I'm from England. I'm English and Doig is Scottish.
Ah, yeah, I'm from Scotland.
There you go. People get confused with Doig a lot because he doesn't have a very strong Scottish accent.
Top of the morning to you.
But I have quite a strong English accent, so people often get me right straight away.
Scotland should leave the UK and then join the EU. Yeah, that might happen, honestly.
Yeah, I think they should. I think that would be in their best interests. I honestly don't think, like, the European Union were, like, shaky about letting England back in, which I completely understand, but I think that they would 100% let Scotland back in. Because they know that it was, like, no choice of Scotland's.
The kind of, like, British/English government kind of sucks a bunch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It sucks a lot, fellas.
Like, to put it in context, there hasn't been an elected leader of the Tory government for, like, it feels like 15 years at this point.
14, I think, actually.
Like, they've had at least 4 or 5 prime ministers that haven't been voted or elected in as many years. It's a fucking shambles.
It's bad.
But anyway, we probably shouldn't talk politics on a Bird and Bear goofy stream.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad would be happy to talk politics for a very long time on the stream, but he's not here.
We should get him on one time to guest.
No,
Old Swifty's Old Politics
He will say
podcast.
things that will ignite many fires across the internet.
Really? I don't think so.
Oh.
He's fairly left-leaning, right?
Oh, he's extremely left-leaning.
Okay.
Less of a lean and more kind of just
he fell
lying
over.
on the ground. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, old Swifty.
It's great to hear you're playing Elden Ring, Benry. That's awesome. I need to get back on that. That may be just that's what I should have been doing while my PC was broken. Was just playing Elden Ring.
You could still do that.
I could have streamed to YouTube from it. Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You could use my computer if you wanted. My computer can play games.
The DLC comes out June 21st.
You could play some Persona 5, Mike.
I'm not gonna play Persona 5. I'm not gonna play Persona. You know what? It feels like I've already played Persona 5.
I like how seriously you're taking it.
It feels like I already know everything that happens in that game.
What if I come in while you're asleep and I
and
place
what?
your hands onto the Switch and turn on Persona 5?
No.
Leave you there. You know? Bonafide. Oh, Lies of P is something that Mike still hasn't played but wants to. You could play some Lies of P.
Lies of P would be great, yeah.
You bought it on Stir. I saw it was on sale the other day. Oh my gosh, on Stir.
Lies of P hard.
You definitely got it at a good time because that game is expensive if it's not on sale.
Lies of P hard.
Well done, dog. You know, that's on the internet forever now.
Yeah.
You got the royal version, good. I think that's definitely the best version. there's a couple of scenes that were worse before Royal came out that are better now. They're still not good, but they're better, you know? So
I still have to play the second part of the Dad of Boy game.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I thought you completed that ages ago.
No. Is it the Ragnarok-y one?
Wow.
I played the one before that one. Dad of Boy, yeah, God of War. God of War, the sequel, but not actually the second game in the series. I tried to let my dad borrow Ragnarok, and he was like, "No, I haven't played the one that you let me borrow before yet." I was like, "Ooh. But Dad, I'm the boy, and you're the dad. Play Dad of Boy."
But Dad.
I also gave him Spider-Man to play.
Removed Fiddle, which Persona have you played? I'm debating what I should play next. Whether I should play Persona 3, Persona 4, or Persona 5. Scramble! Scramble!
Yeah, gave my dad a game that's about a father and a son being like, "I'm the son."
Oh, you finished 5 Royale and done like half of 4. That's awesome. Yeah, there are things about that game where it's like, I don't necessarily trust Atlas to write things, but I do not regret playing Persona 5 at all. It gave me some good times.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was part of your burnout recovery.
Yeah, I think it definitely was part of my burnout recovery, which, by the way, I'm still doing. Still recovering. But it was definitely nice to just lose myself in the music the moment and own it and never let it go.
Aww. Oh my gosh, it's 1.
Yeah.
I haven't given them wet food yet.
Oh shit, we need to feed them. It's Daytona time. Daytona. Martina, you told us. I'm so sorry. We must have missed it. Oop. They're getting their food now. It's an hour past Daytona. We're bad cat parents. Was this why they were in here being so cute? Probably. Hey, Southpaw. You worked in an arcade with a Daytona machine and the song is stuck in your head. It's always kind of stuck in our heads too because of the cat's lunchtime. That's like their signal that the food is ready. Is we sing Daytona at them. Daytona, let's go away. I can't sing it though right now because it will confuse them if they hear it from the other room while they're eating. Yeah, they don't really meow when they're hungry. What they do is they come in and they start being really affectionate and nice to us, and we're like, "This is nice. Why are you?" Oh, it's food time. Yeah, absolute manipulation. They know being cute is the best way to get what they want, I think. We're absolutely weak to it.
Being cute? What?
The cats don't really meow when they're hungry. They just be really cute because they know that's our weakness.
Right, yes. I've seen Sparrow like roll over with her belly up to try and get my attention. And because I've been streaming or something, she's just kind of stayed there and waited for me to pay attention, but she's fallen asleep there.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, it backfired. That's really cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
They do. The cats do learn that you pay attention to them when they're being cute, so they just be cute to get your attention after a little bit.
Yeah, ours 100% do that. Like, 100%. When they're trying to get our attention, they now know to roll onto their backs and show their bellies. And then as soon as we get up to give them attention, they run off to whatever it is they want us to actually do.
Yeah. But they don't tend to meow all that much, which is good.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
The most we kind of get is like... burp, burp.
They meow when their litter trays need cleaning.
They do, yeah.
Like, that's when we start hearing the meows.
It's a lot tougher to keep litter trays clean when you have 2 cats rather than 1. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 2 cats and 4 litter trays.
Because, because one will take a huge business in one of them, and then the other one will immediately go up to that one and be like, I can't go here now. And it's like, yeah, it's because your fucking sibling just ruined the party.
Yeah, so you're like, go to one of the other 3 litter trays, and they're like, but I want this one. And you're like, no, go to the one in the bathroom, and they're like, I don't want to.
Yeah. There's like 3 other ones that are clean, and they're like, but this one isn't, so I'm going to poop next to it instead. Yeah.
Or my favourite, I've cleaned out the litter tray, so now, you know, they're good, and then one immediately comes, like, as you're cleaning it and takes another dump in it, so you're like, well, I guess I'll clean it out again.
Dumpies aren't so bad as number ones, honestly, for cleaning them.
Really? Number ones are really easy for cleaning them because you just sift it.
Yeah, sifting's harder than picking out the boobies. Mishka will sometimes have a meowing fit shortly before pooping.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Little war cry.
Ah! Here I go! Witness me!
You love your cats, but they are such assholes. Yeah. You have to love the asshole nature of your cat in order to truly love your cat.
You have to embrace it. If you're someone who, like, enjoys people being kind of assholeish to you in a friendly, fun way, like your friends, then you'll probably like having a cat. I think,
Kurzak, I think you're right. I think some cats, they do want to feel a sense of security. So they're like, I'm vulnerable. Please watch over me while I'm vulnerable. I think Kuma might do that.
She's cute. Kuma likes that when he's eating. He likes you to stick around and pet him.
Yeah. He's a purr monster when he's eating. Mm-hmm. I should have stayed a bit while
he never makes you do it, but he definitely appreciates it when you do.
Aww.
Our cats are both very different though. Like Kuma loves being under things like covers or blankets. Like he loves that shit. Yeah. And Sparrow hates it.
Yeah.
Like she likes going to dark places, sure, but she hates being like under covers where the covers are touching her.
Yeah. Whereas Kuma loves being enveloped.
Being like, so yeah, snuggled up in something comfy and warm.
He's been under the duvet a couple of times in last week, which is promising.
Yeah, very cute.
I love cats, dude. I love cats so much.
Yeah, they're great. Great little creatures. Absolute goblins.
You get to live with goblins. How great is that?
You really do. They're like little sprites.
Like little kobolds.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, still sometimes I kind of wake up and I'm like, how fucking wild is it that we get to just live with animals in our house?
It's not wild. It's domesticated.
You know what I mean? It's like, what is this, like, subtle knife ass timeline that we're living in where we get little furry companions to just hang out with?
Little palicos.
Every day. Like, it's the coolest shit. Like, I'm still sometimes like, how did we get here? This is so cool.
I was talking about having like a Monster Hunter show. You know what? These probably already exist in Japan. There's probably entire little TV series centered around the palicos and everything.
Yes.
I just wish that.
But they're probably aimed very young.
Maybe, but I just wish Hollywood would understand that, like, their fucking target audiences watch and read anime and manga.
Yeah, well,
that's why
Japan's always been ahead with that. Like, Japan's always been ahead with comics and animation.
Yeah, it's why, like, manga's outselling comic book.
Yeah, because they're like
10-fold, 100-fold now.
Yeah, because
it's storytelling that actually fucking isn't entertaining.
Japan's always known that those things aren't genres, they're mediums, and you can tell any kind of story you want with them.
Yeah.
And so naturally their audience pool for those things is like 7-8 times bigger than anyone else's, because they're hitting every single audience member they possibly can, because there's a story for literally anything you want.
Yeah.
Like, you like horror? Cool, watch this animation. You like romance? Cool, read this manga. Like, America and the UK are only just catching up with that stuff. And it's not for want of people making it. It's just that those things don't get picked up because the people at the top are so behind in believing that that's something that people would want.
They're not tuned in at all.
No, they're really not tuned in at all, which gives you very little faith in the industry, because you're like, if the people at the top don't know what they're doing, what are we doing? Yeah, they're really out of touch. And I think that's why a lot of artists and animators really want to go to Japan to live, is because it's the origin of so much stuff that inspired us all. And the reason that Japan is the origin of that stuff is because Japan's the place where they were pushing it way before anyone believed in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyone over here believed in it. So it's kind of like the promised land for animation.
Yeah, I think it's a symptom of genreification of mediums, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, animation is treated as though it's a genre for kids, and it's a medium for every aspect of storytelling. And the weirdest thing about it is that VFX sort of took that under its wing and flew with it, and now we have these MCU fucking animation fests, but it's almost been like sold as something else. So you have superheroes able to do very animated stuff in the movies, and people are like, wow, this is so cool. And it's like, this is what animation has been capable of for decades. You're just now seeing in what you're now dubbing live action films, simply because you have actors on a plate at the same time in the same fucking thing.
Well, that's not even true for things like The Lion King, which was called a live action film, despite the fact that every single character in it was animated.
Yeah,
3D animation.
You've got that helmed by Jon Favreau, who seems to hate animation.
Noodle Inc., thank you so much for the subscription. Let me tell you something heartbreaking. When I went to the hairdressers, I was chatting with my hairdresser about what films she'd watched recently. And she was like, I might go and see Kung Fu Panda 4 with my kid. Right. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, those films are really good, aren't they? And she's like, yeah, you know, it's sometimes nice to have a kid, because I could never go to like an animated movie by myself, you know, because they're for kids. And I was like, uh-huh. Oh, like...
But you would go, wouldn't you, even if you didn't have a kid?
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, like, animated movies mean a lot to me, because, you know, like, I've been watching them since I was a kid. Like, you know, the old Disney classics, like...
They were saying this, or you were saying this?
I was saying this.
Oh,
like,
right, yeah.
Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King, and they were like, oh, yeah, The Lion King, I saw the proper one of that the other day.
I hope you stabbed her with the scissors.
The proper movie version, and I was like... Yeah, she said the proper one, and I was like, oh, this is what you're doing. This is what people like Jon Favreau are doing to people's brains.
I saw an interview with Jon Favreau talking about how audiences have become more sophisticated and the expectations are higher now than they had been later. And it's like, okay, cool. But you have applied that by making some sort of faux documentary Lion King that has none of the charm.
I mean, I would personally would say that I don't think audiences have become more sophisticated.
I don't think they have either.
Less sophisticated.
I think
if you try and show someone an old film, they will get bored of it nowadays. They would not be able to sit through an old noir movie.
I think you're right.
Anymore. They need explosions, constant stimulation. And it's because we've been conditioned to do that, to think like that, because of the spectacle of Hollywood.
I think that people are more drawn to more instant gratification. But I do think there are people who appreciate craft.
Yeah,
still.
I think the craft has gone up. But what is published by Hollywood, I wouldn't call them more sophisticated than what used to be put out.
I think if you're watching and listening a Twitch stream, then you are more likely to enjoy long form content. Hey everybody.
Maybe. I think it depends what the Twitch stream is like.
But yeah, I feel like all of these live action remakes of Disney's catalog are business driven decisions, and they're actually weakening their own SEO.
They're weakening their own brand.
Yeah.
For sure. We're 100% definitely doing all of them though. So which ones are you guys most excited to see that you haven't yet?
I have absolutely no issue with Disney, like Disney casting. I'll just stay outright, like casting a black actor as Ariel. Nothing. That's great.
No, why would I care?
I just wish that alongside that they made a good movie.
Yeah, that would have been nice, huh?
Like for her to act in.
Yeah.
Because they shoehorn in a whole bunch of stuff in those movies that just weaken the storytelling.
Yeah.
And not only that, they try and like redo stuff. Like if you're gonna remake a movie, remake the movie, retell the story. But these are just like,
do a Rise. Give us something fresh.
These aren't reinventions.
No.
They're like carbon copies sometimes, and
they're lesser version.
They're lesser because the abstraction of animation, you can add so much life, like exaggerated life, that like when you pull that away and you're like, no, we have to make it real. It just doesn't sit well. It feels weird.
Well, it's obvious that the people who are doing the remakes in live action don't understand the goals and themes behind the original movies, because often the decisions that they make, where they do make changes, go counter to the point of the movie.
Yeah.
And therefore it does just distill it down and weaken it. So it always kind of ends up a lesser version because the person who's making it doesn't understand what the point of the original was, which is a shame. Because there's definitely a world where you could make really cool live action movies based on the original animated movies, but this isn't the world in which we're currently living. Yeah. Sadly. Yeah, it's creatively bankrupt. Yeah, Onset says, I'm really, really, really glad little black girls get to see more of themselves in roles of princesses and characters they enjoy, though. I didn't have that as a kid. Yeah, that's why it's important, right? Like, representation is always important.
It's important. I just wish they got better films for it to occur.
No, I 100% agree with you. Yeah. It's the same problem where it's like, if you do something risky, like, I don't know, cast, a black female character as your main protagonist, something which isn't done as much as it should be, then there's always the worry where if the film's bad, people might use that as the reason rather than the fact that it's written badly. And it'll scare people off casting like that again, which is always scary. It's like, no, it's nothing to fucking do with that. The film was bad because the writing was bad. Please keep diversely casting.
Yeah. It's kind of similar to something you were saying about like hiring women in roles in game development, for instance, where that's great, but then that individual has to somehow represent the ability. Yeah, has to shoulder the responsibility to show how great their entire gender is at a role inside a company, and that's unfair.
It is,
and shouldn't be the case.
It is, and I've been in companies where there's been another girl hired, so there are two, and I've been gut distrustful of the girl. Because I've been like, don't fuck this up for me. Like, you better be fucking good at your job, because if you're not
directly to the person.
Yeah, you're not ruining this for just you. You're ruining it for me and every other girl who tries to get hired here in the future, because we are being seen as the representatives of our entire gender here, because we're the only girls here. And that's really fucked up of me. Like, I shouldn't be looking at any girl with auto-suspicion and distrust as soon as they're in the company, just because I'm scared that, like, if they end up not being good at their job, people are going to be like, well, see?
That's representative
That's why we don't
of,
hire women. You know?
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. The world did this to me. And I'm taking ownership of it by saying, yeah, it's my problem and I need to deal with it. But also, the world did this to me. It sucks. It's absurd if that's what the employer is thinking. Agreed. But they do. Like, it's been proven and shown that when you give people CVs that are exactly the same as one another but change the name to a female-sounding name, people pick that CV less.
Or more.
They it changes the way they think about people.
Yeah.
You know? They pick it more if it's a HR position and less if it's a development position.
Yeah, I worked in 2 companies which were like all HR was women.
All HR is women, all devs is men. And it's like, that's not the way it should be. But hopefully that's going to change.
We're fighting every front today because I can't do art.
So, well, the bright side is that I do think that this stuff is getting better. I wish that it would change faster, but I think it's changing in a good direction.
I think it's getting...
hopefully this won't be a problem.
I think it's getting better, but I feel like the more it's highlighted, the more it's kind of making things kind of worse in some ways. Like, being hyper aware of differences, I don't think is a good thing in the long run. Celebrating everyone is good. And celebrating people celebrating people irregardless of what they are, I think is good. I have a black friend who is like, I've never been more aware of how black I am now. Like, I've never been more aware of how black I am than I am today. Yeah. And I feel like that's such a
really
fucking...
sad. Yeah, really sad thing. That sucks.
That's not the direction I want anything going.
Yeah, it's the same thing as a little feminist card deck, right? It's like when people overcorrect by being like, no, we have to deliberately include this specific faction of people, and so we're going to make something specifically for them. And it's like, you're overcorrecting and you think you're sending a good message, but what you're doing is really condescending to us. It's a hard balance.
It's so weird.
I think what we all wish was that the world could just change and just not be like that anymore. And it just wouldn't be an issue. You know? Like, my instinct to handle things is always just to treat people the way I'd want the world to be and the way I want to be treated. But then people have told me, like, but it's important these issues are spoken about and brought to light, because there are people who, if you don't confront them with it, they just won't change. And it's like, okay, that's fair.
Imagine a world where on a given day, everyone's memory was wiped. Kind of like we've seen those episodes, like Giles and what's his face, Spike, both having English accents, so they start being like, we must be related.
We must be related. You must be my father.
If we had a world that had like a blank reset where all of the previous history of everything that's ever happened was just forgotten, and everybody just went, hey, we're all here, I feel like it would be a better world where it was like everyone, because everyone's kind of integrated now. Yeah. I feel like we would be in a better place where it's just like, hey, you seem to live in this house, I live in this house, we're neighbors.
I mean, that depends a lot on whether your reset of memory in terms of a timeline is going to be a reset on people's nature. Like, not nature, nurture. That's what I meant. Like, is you resetting the timeline going to reset what people have been nurtured to believe through their lives? Because even with a reset, you might still have people who are like, okay, well, you're obviously visually like this and I'm visually like that, so we must be separate factions or something, you know?
Well, they make the argument... If you could
just reset nurture completely and blank slate people so they don't have any preconceptions, then I believe it would be better. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Be an interesting thought experiment.
Says Doig, are you engineering a macro memory harvesting contraption?
Yeah, that'd be great. Like, you see the GIFs and stuff of 2 kids running towards each other. That's what I want the world to be like.
I like to think that's what everyone wants the world to be like. But I feel like
All right.
I often make the mistake of assuming that everyone thinks the same thing I do.
Memory reset for everybody, and money no longer exists. Beautiful world.
It's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say how much would be fixed and how much would be repeated by terrible decisions. Yeah, if you took everyone's insecurity and weird hang-ups and mess, that would be pretty tight, yeah.
Women take control of the earth.
Women inherit the earth.
I wouldn't mind.
Crazy to think this combo started at Sonic. Yeah, it's true.
We should have a thing on our thing that's like, sorry, no discussion about politics, no discussion about any ism, no discussion. And then we as streamers are just like, you know what? We're just going to talk about this a little bit because Doug can't keep his hands busy, so his brain is running.
Is this it? It's just that you're bored, so you started getting existential.
I guess so. Come here, little man.
Little man at the toilet door. He doesn't know what his face is for. He's using it to stare
We
at
were
the
all
wall.
Knuckles.
We are all Knuckles.
We are all Knuckles.
There was a reset and we were all Knuckles. That'd be great. And there's just one big Master Emerald. And we're all just like, guarding it. Ah, what am I doing? I tried to scratch my head and I accidentally like hit myself in the head with the pen, then dropped the pen on my head. And then had to scramble to get out of my hair. It was real stupid looking. I'm glad no one could see it. Doig wasn't looking, so I was spared humiliation.
Knuckles the enchilada. What's up, little man? Sock.
Oh, you scared him.
Yeah,
You threw a sock at him.
I didn't throw it at him. I threw it above him. It slid down the door toward him. But now he has something to investigate.
Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles.
Traumatized. I didn't traumatize him.
Traumatized
He's fine.
He's so traumatized. Game. This song is a problem. Is it something I can solve? I don't know, but I'm gonna try. 'Cause all you can do is try. It's because it's going between two hand positions that are very similar. It's making it look like it flickers. Martina is still here. Hello, Martina. How are you doing? Are you going to cook anything today, Martina, or are you just chilling like a villain? Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Hardcore chilling sounds amazing. I'm thinking I might go and get a iced latte from the store. I feel like that would really fucking hit the spot today. And then later on, I think we're going to make udon. It's that kind of day. It's going to be fucking good. Going to try and do some more glimdoodles. I do glimdoodles in a sketchbook. I woke up this morning and Doig is next to the bed, just looking through all my doodles. You know when someone grabs a sketchbook of yours and you're not prepared to show it to them and they just have it in their hands? I woke up and that was my first experience this morning. I almost had a heart attack.
Why?
I don't know. I get scared of people looking at my work, even when it's like, it's you and you've seen it a million times before.
You showed me one of the pages from there.
I did. I just wasn't expecting to wake up and see you leaning next to the bed looking through my sketch pad.
It was next to her. It was open.
Yeah.
And I saw like a couple of pages, and then they were really fun and interesting, and I started reading those. So it's not like it was under your pillow.
Yes, I know.
Closed and secret to the world.
Just to
clarify for everyone, it wasn't your diary.
Yeah, no, I like having it by the bed in case I either late at night have a really good idea and want to write it down, or I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I just like to provide the option to myself in case it happens.
Martina, you're a Doctor Who fan. That's cool.
Wow! Who's your favourite Doctor?
Eccleston and Tennant.
I wasn't asking you.
That's what Martina said.
I wasn't asking you, Martina. I thought it was you because those are your favourite Doctors.
I like Tennant the most.
You and Martina have the same opinion.
Gotta go with the 10th, dude.
It was really good. Yeah. I think he was a very good Doctor.
Alonzi.
I think it helps that I think the writing was the best then as well. Alley-oop.
The 13th Doctor, another example where it's a female Doctor, and I wanted to watch the shit out of it, and the writing for her series, like.
I was so disappointed in mine because that's exactly what I was scared of.
Yeah.
I was so scared. The first female Doctor ever, and it's like fucking finally. There's no reason for him not to like reincarnate into a female body at all.
Nope.
Especially because the Doctor is like said to be agender several times through the series. But the absolute fear of hearing that there was going to be the first female Doctor and being like, oh my God, it better be good. It better be well written and she better play the fuck out of that part. Because if anything is like, if it's not good, everyone's going to say it's because you shouldn't have done a female Doctor. And it fucking happened. And I'm so mad. And now, of course, when they reincarnate again, it's going to be a dude again, isn't it?
You know,
like, we lost our shot.
Do you know what would have been really good? Is if they'd written the entire series and at the last second switch the casting. Mm-hmm. Or something like that. Like, just like, done a fucking like, by the way, it's Jodie.
Yeah.
And then have already written it.
Yeah, do a Ripley.
Yeah.
Just tell people it's David Tennant again or something. But I mean, the point is that every Doctor has a slightly different personality as well, don't they? So you would have to, you wouldn't be able to just be like, oh, imagine it's David Tennant, you know? But yeah, the next guy looks fun as hell. That's awesome. I'll still like it, but I really hope that we get another shot to have a female Doctor at some point.
Yeah, then the next guy is the guy who played Eric in Sex Education.
Eric is the best part about Sex Education. Well, apart from the bully character.
Yeah.
And Maeve is cool. And Maeve's friend is cool. You know what? Actually, everyone except Otis.
Fuck Otis.
You know what? Actually, everyone except Otis is the best part of that show.
Yeah, Gillian Anderson is great.
You know, Otis's mom is great. Yeah, everyone except Otis, actually. It's a shame about the latest season of Sex Education. I haven't finished it. I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to leave the memories of an extremely good show, being that the show was extremely good.
I like the 13th Doctor a lot. He was grumpy.
The old dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite liked him as well. What happened to the latest season? It's really weird.
Of Sex Education.
Yeah, Doig and I started watching it, and we couldn't tell if it was meant to be satirical or not. We couldn't tell if the show was taking itself seriously or not. And by the time we realised it was, we were like, oh no. Oh no. It's not doing it as a joke. It kind of undermines a lot of its characters.
Yeah.
And it's a very different feeling show than the first 3 seasons in a way that isn't good.
It felt like a character assassination on all fronts.
It did. It kind of did. I think Adam, the character of Adam, got out unscathed, but I think he might have been the only one.
Yeah, stop watching that.
Yeah, a lot of the arcs the characters are on take a very big swerve in the last season.
Otis and Maeve, not a good couple together.
Yeah.
Gillian Anderson's character, the mother, was always shown as pretty competent, but they gave her like a post-birth, not able to hold it together arc. Now, yeah, being a single mother, that's a super huge challenge, but I felt like they robbed her of a lot of who she was. Like, she wasn't approaching the problem as if she was the character before. She almost felt entirely new.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say anything else about it, just in case people want to watch it. Like, I don't want to spoil for them. But especially Eric's character, I was very sad about, which, as you guys can probably tell, Eric was one of my favourite characters. So I was really sad the direction that they started taking with him. And I was just like, I can't finish it. I can't do this anymore. I can't. Capaldi, yeah, was a great doctor. I thought he was cool. Clara was great too. I quite liked Clara. I think my favourite companion was Donna, though.
Of course it was.
Donna, and Martha was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, I think they could have removed some of Martha's initial stuff with the doctor. And
yeah, I'm not into it when the companions are like in love with the doctor, which is where a lot of the companions kind of go wrong for me.
Yeah.
But I thought Donna's chemistry with the doctor in terms of their friendship dynamic was so funny.
You know why one of the reasons I like the Elementary show?
Mm-hmm.
It's because it feels like a doctor-companion relationship, but that's completely like platonic.
Yeah.
Like, there's times where the Charlotte character in Elementary makes commentary on like Watson's sexual proclivities, but it's never from a place of like jealousy. Aside from the time where she sleeps with his brother. And he's just
Mycroft.
He's just like, why though? He's an awful human being. And that's it. Mm-hmm. Sorry for anyone who's going to start watching that. That's a small part of the show.
Yeah, I heard it's good. I heard Elementary is really good.
There's a really nice part in the show at some point, I won't tell you when, where like he just goes like I love you, but it's a platonic I love you, and it's just like, yes, thank you.
I really appreciate that, because I can't tell you like how hard the writers must have been sitting on their hands to be told to write a female Watson but not have them fall in love with Sherlock. Mm-hmm. Like, when you say Sherlock and Watson but Watson's a girl, I swear 99% of writers in Hollywood are going to go, and she falls in love with him. So I'm so happy they didn't do that. It must have like meant a lot of heart strain for the writers. Yeah, I 100% clenched. As soon as Doig told me I'm watching a new show about Holmes and Watson, but Watson's a girl in it, I was like, oh, fucking, here we go.
And they didn't.
Here we go. And Doig was like, they're not doing it so far. And I was like, give it 2 seasons, Doig. And they didn't.
Nope.
I was wrong. Happy to be wrong. I felt like I could see where it was going a mile away, but I think I must have misjudged it. Like, that's the thing. I never want to be right. I'm just so used to being disappointed that I no longer get my hopes up.
Oh, shit. I was about to spoil a big twist.
Don't you do that.
I won't do it.
Why? Why would you do this?
Damn it. I just want to say.
You can't. You're not allowed. Don't.
Fair.
Yeah, the newer BBC series has Irene Adler fall for Sherlock. I know, what a character assassination again. Incapable of having a female character without her falling in love with one of the main cast.
When you find out that House MD was a Sherlock adaptation, I never watched, so only observed through the cultural zeitgeist. I had to sit down for a bit. It is, I really liked
Pretty
the
good.
House show. Yeah.
I also didn't know that until a year or two ago.
I think someone did a video essay where they're like, we have had other adaptations like House, where it's like House Holmes, Wilson Watson.
Also, just it makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, you took the archetype of, genius, unapproachable person, and you slid it across laterally onto a medical setting.
Yeah.
Instead of having it be a private detective.
But they still do private detective-y stuff.
Yeah, because they are figuring out what's wrong with. Yeah, it's very, very clever.
You had no idea. Yeah, it's good.
It's a Sherlock AU.
I mean, they also include the fact that he is addicted to drugs.
Yeah. Again, easy to do in that kind of setting, right? So
they do that in Elementary as well.
Yeah.
Like the premise of the show is that Sherlock is in rehab for drug addiction, and Watson is his sober companion, making sure that he doesn't succumb to it again.
Yeah.
That's their start. That's the start of their relationship. And by proximity, she learns how to be a detective. It's good.
You loved House before it went all weird with him and Cudley. Cuddy. That's Cudley. Is Cuddy one of the female characters or something? Is that the same thing that Pain Gamer's saying? I used to watch Castle years ago, and at one point I wanted to have the two main characters get together, but after it happened I got so bored of the series I dropped it. Was that Cuddy?
No, Cuddy is the hospital administrator kind of person who runs the hospital that House works in. He's basically the person that he antagonizes, but then I think they make them get romantic together.
Is she like the Holmes stand-in? Sorry, the Watson stand-in.
No, Wilson is the Watson stand-in.
Wilson is the Watson stand-in.
Wilson is it's not cardiologist. Who's cancer? What's the cancer prefix for doctors?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Oncologist, maybe? I don't know. He's the cancer guy in the hospital.
Okay.
Oncologist, there you are.
Ooh.
Yeah, I watched a bit of Castle, but I didn't watch too much of it.
You would probably really like House.
There are a lot of shows that have tried to do the female detective paired with eccentric guy character.
Yes. There's a lot of shows that have tried to do female straight person with man who is actually genius and eccentric, and she has to keep babysitting him.
Lucifer is another one.
Lucifer!
Where it's female detective, and Lucifer is Lucifer.
I get so tired of women always being put into straight roles because, again, people are scared to write them as actual characters with interesting things happening who can be funny. It's part of the reason I love that actress so much. Who's the actress from Bridesmaids who does such good comedy?
Oh.
There's a couple of them in Bridesmaids, but the blonde
actress.
one.
I can't remember.
I love
her
her
name.
so much. She's called, is she Kristen something? Kristen?
Yes, I think so. Kristen something.
She's so good.
Let's check chat.
Nobody knows.
I didn't watch Bones. I should watch Bones.
Is it Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig, yeah.
Yeah.
I should watch Bones because it's got David Beans. David Beans. It's got David Beans in it.
David Beans. I don't know who David Beans is.
The actor who plays Angel.
Oh, David Beans.
It's probably so far away from his actual name.
Wait, what did Professor Layton do with the spin-off game? I played the Professor Layton spin-off game where it's his daughter looking for him, and it was really bad. It was so boring. I was watching a bunch of Barry streams, and like really loving his Layton playthroughs. So I was like, I'm going to try and find a Layton game on the Switch because I'm really in the mood to play one now. And they only had like the super late 3D spin-off games. So I grabbed one of those and oh my gosh, it was so boring and bad. And the puzzles were like, they were not a good selection of puzzles.
I watched Castle because of Nathan Fillion. I loved Firefly. I should really watch the second season of that. I really got into the first one in Firefly.
Oh, had a lady babysit we had a eccentric son. That's a heartbreaking joke, Mike. A heartbreaking joke right there. Ow. Oof. The problem with Firefly is it got cancelled just as it was getting really good.
Right.
Just when we all started really liking the characters and being like, where is this going to go? That's when it got cancelled.
Did you know that I watched Firefly in one sitting in one day?
No.
Not knowing there wasn't another season.
The thing is, the thing with the Firefly getting cancelled is it doesn't have a season 1 and then stop.
It has a movie.
No, it just ends. And there's no season 1 finale. There's no sense of closure. It's like they just stop halfway through. It's just, you're going through it and you're like, cool, next episode, and there just isn't one.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, it just...
What do you mean? Like, did they not even get the heads up enough that it was getting cancelled to be able to, like, tie anything down?
Probably not.
No.
The movie doesn't really tie anything up either.
No, the movie was weird.
I'm trying to remember if I watched the movie first. I might have even watched the movie first. I'm not sure.
I think Firefly got me a bit of time to get into, so it was really sad about that. I was just getting into it when it got axed.
Yeah.
In terms of the episodes towards the end, where I was started being like, yeah, okay. And then it was like, no.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
Yeah, I think the movie was meant to kind of tie up what the series started, but it was a very weird movie.
It didn't feel like it tied in at all.
Yeah. That's happening to so many things now. It was a huge big deal back when it happened to Firefly.
It happens to everything now.
Yeah, and now it feels like you're kind of lucky if it doesn't happen to you. It feels like the usual thing to happen now is for, especially with animation, for a network to greenlight something, and then if it doesn't do well in its first few episodes, cancel it mid-season. And you are actually the exception if that doesn't happen to you now.
What's really fucking weird is that oftentimes things that aren't good get continued now for some reason.
Like what? Give me an example.
Isn't Velma, the show, like kind of hate watched or something? That's getting more seasons.
Is it? I haven't ever watched it, so I couldn't tell you if it's any good. I do know that people really didn't seem to like it though.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth! Oh my gosh, yeah. Who the fuck is watching Big Mouth? Actually, who is watching that? Out yourselves in chat. Who's watching Big Mouth, okay? Who is the audience? No,
yeah.
not you.
They cancelled Inside Job and gave Big Mouth another season. Like, fair dues to Big Mouth, like keeping it going or whatever.
Is Big Mouth good though? Because I've never watched it. Let's be totally honest. I have been a complete snob. I looked at the art style and said no.
It's probably funny in some
I looked at the art style and I said, I'm not clicking. I'm never watching it.
Inside Job, however, was very
Job,
good funny.
I love the main character.
Yes.
My hero.
Yes. I watched Inside Job without you, and that main character, there were so many like character quirks of her, and I was just like, I feels like I'm watching like Swiftie adjacent. She's gonna love this show and this character. Then I watched it with you and you turned to me and you were like, man, I really like the main character. And I was just like, yeah, I thought you would.
Let's see. Norval says I didn't want to watch it, but it had something. And Coastal Commodore says Big Mouth is actually pretty fun. And then Benry says Big Mouth supposedly does a great job with giving compassion to tweens and the issues they have as they grow into their new bodies and minds. Have we slept on Big Mouth? I feel like this is my impression that I'm getting of Big Mouth, right? This is what I thought when I first saw it.
What, misunderstood genius or something?
Huh? No.
Like it's a yeah, okay.
What I first thought when I saw Big Mouth, in terms of saw the thumbnail for it, was this is just going to be American Dad again, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is just going to be exactly the same kind of thing as American Dad. Is that accurate?
I don't think so.
How much do I hate my dad? I love my dad. He's the best. Let's see. That's the thing you've heard about it consistently. Okay, that it gives compassion. There was a Big Mouth spin-off. Didn't even know. Big Mouth feels like South Park. Huh. I like South Park. Oh, I see, because I see Fish, because I really like Inside Job. Yeah, no, my dad's great. I honestly, Inside Job, this is probably a hot take, because I feel like the dad from Inside Job is going to fall into kind of the same kind of space that people see Rick in from Rick and Morty. People love a bastard. I hate him.
Yeah, he's not a good character.
I hate the dad character.
He's a good character,
much.
He's just not a good person.
Yeah, there's a difference between having a character who's an asshole, well written, and having a badly written character, and he is the former. I hate that character so much. I hate him so much. Yeah, luckily my dad is not like that at all. My dad is not some kind of owner of a company who only wants power.
You're kind of the opposite.
Yeah, he's kind of the opposite. My dad is like, if I have power, I'll become evil. So I actually will do everything in my power to not ever have any power.
Yeah, he's kind of the person who's like, if I earn too much money, I don't know, change into a social class that I disagree with. So
yeah.
So
I'm going to deliberately stay poor my entire life. And I'm like, Dad, you can charge money for that. And he's like, no. And then Doig realizes where I get all my problems from.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I meant when I said my dad is so left leaning he's basically on the floor. That he will refuse to earn a certain amount of money because he believes it will change him into something that he disagrees with and make him part of a problem.
Whereas I've grown up poor, have always been poor, and have been desperately scrabbling my way out of being poor my entire life.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's what I thought my family were doing, but as it turns out, it was a choice.
Yeah. Your dad inherited a house from his family dad and has been like renting that out for decades. Yeah,
doing all of the driving several towns over,
but your dad
100 miles to do all the handyman work himself and charging less for rent than anyone's ever charged for rent.
Yeah, they're basically on a whatever that thing is where rent doesn't go up. Like, this is your dad. He owns a house, but he doesn't put the rent up, and he fixes everything for them himself. Mm-hmm. What a hero.
Yeah. And I think that money is basically what he's living on, because his pensions are not great. I don't know what they're like elsewhere, but in England, it's like, good luck living on a pension. Ha!
Doesn't it? Martina's just like, this explains a lot about Swifty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's good that you partnered with me, who is like I have absolutely zero qualms about someone handing me like cash. I'll be like, thank you.
Yeah.
I will take that. It will enable me to fulfill whatever ambition I have at the time.
Yeah. I'm like, do I need this?
Money is like, it's a useful thing to allow me to get to somewhere else. And if someone is willing to give that to me, I'm like, cool. Yeah. It literally doesn't register on any sort of guilt shame index in my brain.
Oh God. I can't imagine living like that. I literally can't comprehend not tying money to guilt and shame. I feel guilt and shame when I literally earn money from my job, from working the hours that I'm meant to work in my contract. I feel guilty when my job, the company pays me for the hours I have worked.
Answer's like, India, your invoices, India. Yes. Swifty has went several months on a production without invoicing accidentally, merely because she forgets.
And I also hate doing invoices. The thing is, I don't do it for the money.
Right.
And people think I just say that until they realize I've forgotten to invoice.
Yeah. At which point they email you and pleasantly say, hey, our accountants are going to throw a fit if you don't send these.
Yeah.
Very
and at
soon.
which point Mike's like, we have bills. And I'm like, oh shit, wait, how soon can I get paid from this if I invoice now? Because our water bill is due like on Wednesday and we don't have anything. Which is why I need someone like Mike in my life to make sure that things actually happen and get done.
Who pays the bills? Not who pays for the bills, but who actually does the...
I pay for the bills, Mike pays the bills.
Yeah.
Although that's probably going to change this year, since now actually the last couple of months the majority of money that we have been earning has come from Twitch,
And
because I've been taking a break.
Yeah.
So that's huge. We hope that we can make a go of it and make this something we can just do.
She says to Twitch.
Yeah, I say, well, who else would I say it to? But yeah, my dad has money problems. I have money problems. My family has money problems, and it's our own fault, probably.
You're glad that we found each other.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm glad I found my cash cow.
Thanks, Doig.
Earns all the money and forgets that she has it, so I spend it on things she
Says
doesn't
the
know
person
about.
who had £1,000 sitting in fucking imprint.
It's my rainy day fund.
It's raining, baby. Time to break open the piggy bank.
There's over 2,000 sitting somewhere else.
What?
As well.
What?
Yeah,
Where?
it's taken like 2 years to. So I think the Patreon. That's what I'm using. That's the money that we're using to pay for the rest of the computer.
Oh my god. I feel so bad about the Patreon though, because I haven't updated it in so long. And the thing is, again, this is the money problem. I shouldn't feel bad because we've explicitly said several times at the Patreon, this Patreon is not a thing where we're going to be able to give you regular updates. It's not a thing where you're paying for content on the Patreon. This is literally just a place you can support us, and we'll put stuff up when we can put stuff up.
We're just talking about Money Sums Live. Is that bad?
Is it bad? Should we not? I'm like, my thing is like, I should always just be open about money stuff, because like I'm very used to companies being like, stay quiet about it, and that being a bad thing for safety reasons, in case someone tries to hack our Patreon.
Oh.
And then we don't have any money for the computer anymore.
Oh, right, I get you.
Yeah, exactly. The Ko-fi has kind of become, I think, the Patreon in a way. And I've been wrestling recently whether I should shut the Patreon down.
No, I don't think so.
Or start trying to use it to archive more Glim stuff. But I feel such shame about the fact that I haven't updated it in a long time. Even though I've been like, that's not what it's for. It's not meant to be a source of stress for updating. It's just meant to be a place you can support us. But I still feel bad about it.
Yeah, but you intentionally set the Patreon up as not a paywall thing.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing behind a paywall.
Everything's free on it because it's meant to just be like a place.
Yeah, you've given away resources for a few years. You haven't been able to give more resources there for a while.
Mm-hmm. But I feel so bad about that, even though it was never meant to be part of the deal that like the money was paying for those resources. It was just meant to be a cool bonus. Oh. Is a Glim short doubling as a pitch? It's not. Though if I was to pitch Glim, I might use it. You know, the animation.
I don't want to pitch Glim.
You don't want to pitch Glim?
No.
I'd be interested in pitching Glim.
I don't want to sell Glim to anyone.
I would want so much control over it though.
I
might be kind of a pain to work with.
I think I'd much rather try and prove. I'd want to go more. This is me personally, but I want to go more the route of like Hell of a Boss or like stuff that's just independently owned, independently created, independently crowd excited about, rather than giving it to a company.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because I don't want to see you work or myself work on something for a couple of years only for a company to be like, we're going to write this off for tax.
Yeah.
Like, Olin Rogers.
Is that the guy who did Final Space?
Yeah. Has lost, like... I feel like he lost a part of his soul when they fucking took his show.
Yeah, I think they actually kind of killed him. His soul.
And I never want to see that happen to you. So that's...
Aww. Love. It's not gonna.
Fuck
the great thing about the
ideas.
fact that I've got such a bad relationship with money is that I'm a little bit unbreakable. Because people can't really pressure me to do stuff I don't want to do.
They can't sway you with any dollar amount.
They can sway me with friendship, but if I'm not friends with them, there's really like, they can't be like, we'll up your rate. Like, I've been offered positions as like a story director before. And
go for it. I just want to clarify with Cossack Armadillo for a second.
go for it.
The TMNT owners don't own TMNT anymore. They sold the rights to them years ago.
Yeah.
They are now continue to be involved at the sort of like good faith level. Like, but yeah, it's like the artist still does work with IDW on things like The Last Ronin and stuff. The Last Ronin. Yeah, they sold, like, I think Mirage and stuff sold the rights to Paramount / Nickelodeon back in 2007. Maybe it was 2009, and that's how they got 2012. Yeah. Hellboy though is probably still owned by Mike Mignola.
Anyway, what I was saying was that I got offered the opportunity to direct a team as a storyboard, like lead storyboard artist, and I turned it down because I wasn't interested in the project. Which, you know, it would have been a great career move because it's basically a promotion, right?
Yeah.
It's a title I get to put on my CV, but I'm so like driven by what I'm interested in more than I am driven by climbing any kind of ladders, that I feel like I'm a little unbribable.
Was it on Big Mouth, says Martina?
It wasn't, no.
It wasn't, no.
It honestly was a cool project. It's literally just that I was like, I don't know if I want to be trapped in that for like the next year or two. Like, I think there's other things I'd rather do, like Glim.
Glitch is something else. I don't think they're involved in. It wasn't American Dad.
It wasn't. No, it was nothing like that. It was actually a 3D series, but
I think you could say what it was, unless you don't want to.
I don't think I should.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just in case, you know. No harm in being extra careful.
We say it too much.
Yeah, I think, you know, we just might as well be careful.
Yeah, another reason why you walked away from your last job, you would have been miserable. Knowing that...
It's not worth it, is it?
Yeah, that you only have a certain amount of time. And you got to choose what...
you want to make and who you want to spend your time with.
Yeah. I think a lot of people get promoted up into jobs that they don't enjoy doing, simply because that feels like what they're supposed to do. I know people who turn down positions of higher responsibility because it moves them farther away from the work that got them into doing the thing they wanted to do.
Yeah, especially in art. Like, the further you go up the art ladder, the more you become an art manager. Like, for example, you're an animator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get to animate things.
Mm-hmm.
Then you become a lead animator. You get to animate things and do notes on the animator's drawings.
Yeah.
Then you become head of the animation department. And you get to look at what the lead animator gives you and give them notes that they can then give people, but you don't do any drawings. Then you become the, you know, art director, and you're looking at several different people's pieces of art and telling them what to do. and then you become, I don't know, showrunner or whatever is above that. But the further you go up, the further you get away from drawing.
Add in the point where when you become art director, you get invited into so many meetings during the day that are just pointless.
Yeah, you give people notes, and you go to 5-hour meetings every single day where you discuss with the people above you whether they're happy with the art direction you're doing and what you can do to deliver that throughout the rest of the pipeline.
Yeah.
Chris B says, yep, I'm 30 years into my career and I've successfully avoided being promoted to management so I can keep doing what I love. Good job. Good job. You just got to weigh it up, haven't you? It's like, is the money and the promotion worth what you'd be doing day to day changing to something you might enjoy less? And some people it's worth it, for some people it's not.
I think there is a double-edged sword that Swoodles is addressing there, which is that the lower down you are in bigger productions, the less control, the less creative control you have over what you're working on.
Agreed. And the more replaceable you are.
Yeah, I think on the most part, like if you have that creative job there, you kind of find your own creative control outside of the work, which in itself is it's harder because you have to split your energy. And another sacrifice. You don't just get to chill. Yeah,
it's true. And for a while I was happy with the creative choices I got to make just being an animator. Like, I really liked getting the storyboards and then getting to choose how I wanted to do the acting and how I wanted to fill in the in-betweens on this particular thing, like to create the best impact. Like, they were puzzles that I enjoyed doing every day and had a lot of fun doing every day. Mm-hmm. I've lately been really enjoying storyboarding because I really like getting to make the composition decisions and the larger story decisions of, like, not just how is this acting going to be delivered, but, like, what is the acting, the result of how am I framing this moment? How am I delivering the drama to the audience?
I think storyboarding has always been where you've wanted to, like, not that you've known it consciously, but storyboarding has been where your interests have overlapped most.
Honestly, I kind of think that indie filmmaking is maybe where my interests overlap the most, because I can never do a storyboard without animating it. And as someone who's currently, like, doing a storyboard just for fun in their free time to wind down, I'm 100% fucking basically animating some of that stuff.
Right.
Because I can't turn off the part of my brain that wants to be an animator, where it's just so fun to try and figure out that movement.
I think we need new terms for whatever it is that you do. Because I think...
filmmaking, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. Hand-drawn filmmaking.
Yeah, or just filmmaking, but with animation as the medium. That's why it's so fun to make comics and stuff as well. It's like you get that creative control to a larger extent. And that's why I think small companies are kind of more fun to work in than large companies. Because making a film or a comic with 3 or 4 other friends where you all get to have a large say in it, but also you get to make it faster because you have backup.
Yeah, I think that's the ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Small teams wearing many hats.
Yeah, everyone's voice gets heard because there aren't so many people that they will drown each other out.
Yeah. Honestly, working with you,
consistent enough.
Working with you on the music videos have been the most gratifying and satisfying projects I've ever been involved in.
Oh,
it's true.
That's sweet.
It's true, though.
Thank you.
I think because of the nature of it, where there wasn't like the client relationship was very like, hey, make something cool. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, okay, we'll make something cool, rather than trying to hit someone else's vision. It was like someone trusting us to deliver on a vision that we were basically pitching to them. I remember that pitch so clearly when you had worked on the Starlight Brigade one, and both the two people you were pitching to were so quiet throughout the entire pitch.
That was so fucking
It was
scary,
so
man.
fucking like nervous. I was like, man, they are not
responding
at all to this. And then at the very end, they were like, that was great. That was amazing. Yes, please, that.
Oh my God. I was so fucking scared, man. Like, I'd spent weeks, like, with a huge A2 pad mapping out all the character motivations, like the theme behind it, scene by scene, beat by beat, trying to figure out what we were saying and why. And I was like shitting myself. I made a Miro board and everything to pitch to them. By the way, I have to say, thank you so much, Quartzite, for the subby.
Thank you.
They say Glim. Thank you so much. Also, hi, Silicon Viper. Hello. And Renee right here. Thank you so much for the subby.
Thank you, man.
Bazinga.
50 months, dude. That's so cool of you. Thank you.
Yeah. I might wrap it up in a sec, Mike. It's 2:00.
Let's go with me.
I might go to town and grab myself a iced latte. Would you like to come with me?
Sure.
I don't know what you'd want to do in town. I'm literally just going to grab an iced latte. That's all I'm going to do.
I feel like
I guess you could get yourself some lunch if you wanted some. But we could always just make ourselves wedges. We have so many potatoes.
so many wedges.
But just one pogo stick.
I'm good for all of that.
You sound like you want to say something.
Oh, Fnac brought up Studio Flimpo, saying that it's just 3 people. I think, right? I admired what they're doing. I feel like Studio Flimpo put out that initial kind of like reel of theirs that kind of capitalized and also like it kind of galvanized that feeling that the industry is kind of in a broken state right now, and they were very clearly communicating that they wanted to operate outside of that. And I think because of that, a lot of animators who are feeling similar were just kind of like, fuck yeah, like if you can't like join the industry, like beat them. That feeling of like, yeah, let's just make our own thing. And because of that, and because of like how they delivered that, they have kind of galvanized that independent animation spirit. That said, I will admire them more once they've made something. Because at the moment, I'm like, they are existing on vibes alone for me right now. I want to see them succeed, but I want to see them make animation that like has a bit of oomph behind it. So I'm waiting for Studio Flimpo to make something cool. I do look at their like social media presence with analytical eyes, and I'm like, what have they done that has gotten them like you were literally talking to me about Studio Flimpo right now, and I know who you mean, and it's just three animators in a basement in New York somewhere. Yeah, if you can't join them, beat them.
Kaz also says, give me a shout if you need any PC moral support. Thanks, Kaz. Yeah, Dominic, this was fun. Thank you very much for being here. And Silicon Viper, it's been too long. You're checking back every day. We should be streaming every morning this week. And hopefully come tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, we'll have stuff working again. We'll see. Soon. Well, who should we raid? Does anyone have any suggestions? Let me see who's on my sidebar. Lady V is going.
Ooh.
Pin on a Monday. I feel like we should raid Lady V because we had that awesome D&D session with her the other day, and I feel like I want to say thank you.
I'm cool with that.
Beegs is streaming too, and so is Smilky. So is Bob Ross. James B. Barrow. Onigiri.
Martina's yelling lady.
Lady, lady, lady. Yeah, we'll raid the lady. Have we animated any of the D&D characters? I don't think I have ever animated any of my D&D characters, actually. No.
That'd be fun.
No, I totally could, though. I have so many of them.
Why does the icon for Lady Vignette not have... I think that's wrong.
Is that wrong?
Does she had an underscore in her name, maybe? It's not come up with the icon for me. But if it's worked for everyone else, cool.
We just go and raid a random person who's not online. It's correct over here, says Martina. Okay.
It's got like a purple icon for me just to show you.
Me too. But if Martina says it's good for her, then, you know. Yeah, everyone else is saying it's good too.
Weird that it didn't work for either of us, though.
It's probably mobile devices or something.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's because we're both logged in as ourselves.
Well, then, we're doing good. We're going to head off now, though. We're going to go grab some lunch.
Yeah. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much for hanging out as I was just frumping around a bit of animation and chatting about a whole bunch of things.
Wow.
I hope you all have a really good day. I really appreciate you being here. Huge that you're all here to hang out. Thank you guys so much. Until next time.
May the rest of your day
be filled
with adventure. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. Did it happen?
I think so. It doesn't raid for me on mobile.
It'd be amazing if one time Martina just trolled us completely and just like
she's saying not yet. See you guys.
Cancelled it last second.
We're gone.
Okay, they've gone now.
Okay.
All right. Well, see you, VOD Squad. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.